Opportunity to win this contest right here. Amazing Houston, the winner of the very first Street League skateboarding. It's all coming down to this. The crowd is screaming.
Yuto Horigome is our winner here in Jacksonville, Florida. Yuto Horigome, back-to-back Street League winner here in Seattle. 6-time Street League champion.
Welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada, famous for Elvis Presley, wedding chapels, and lots of casinos. And today, skateboarding. We're at the UFC Apex, home of Ultimate Fighting, and now the site of the Street League Championship Tour men's prelims, as 26 of the world's best skateboarders try to skate their way into an 8-cut and tomorrow's final. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm Paul Zitzer, along with Andrew Cannon. Now, Andrew, we have a great day of qualifiers ahead of us. Who are you liking out here?
Well, in the spirit of being in Las Vegas, I'm going to put my money on Jagger Eaton, okay? Jagger, 2021 Super Crown World Champion, absolutely ripped it, and then we haven't seen him so far this year. He's been out dealing with some injuries and stuff. Now he's back in. He's looking really good out there practicing on the course. He's also put out there on social media his competitive flame has never burned brighter, and I'm excited to see that translate today on the course.
It's really great to have him back, but he has a lot to contend with. He's going to be going up against great skaters, including Gustavo Ribeiro. He won in Salt Lake City last year. He's been on the podium 2 times in the last 3 events. He's an incredibly technical skater, and this is a technical course, so I think he's going to shine bright. We'll see how it all plays out soon. But first, let's send it down to the 3rd member of our crew, Alex White, for a course report.
Hey, thanks guys. Down here on the course, you know, this isn't a typical course. It's a lot more technical, it's a lot more compact, and like Paul was saying, the guys are kind of having to adjust and, you know, bring out more technical tricks for this. I saw Ryan DeCenzo in practice right now just absolutely going off. Coming off of the Seattle final, I think he's really fired up. He was trying a big gap out kickflip 5-0 on the centerpiece bear trap hubba that we called. And it's been a really exciting practice so far. I can't wait to see what happens in heat number 1.
Thank you very much, Alex. Now let's take a look at the Smirnoff Ice Smash Road to the Super Crown. 4 skaters will be guaranteed a spot in the Super Crown final next month in Rio. The top 4 skaters in points after this weekend. As things stand currently, Yuto Horigome up on top with 200 points, followed by Vincent Milou, Sora Shirai, and Gustavo Ribeiro. All those skaters looking good to clinch a spot in the Super Crown final in Rio. And now it is time to meet the skaters in heat number 1 here in the men's prelims. First in is going to be Trent McClung. It's the first time we've seen him in SLS since Lake Havasu last year. He's just a great skater. You never know what you're going to get. If he puts it down, he's a contender. And Felipe Mota from Brazil. He's the youngest SLS pro at age 15, and he's a phenom. And then, juxtaposed by one of the founding SLS pros going back to 2010, Tori T. Pudwell. Wild card this year. He's only skated a handful of events ever. Not a contest guy, but a great skater, Miles Silvas. And then the Red Dragon from Vancouver, Canada, Ryan DeCenzo. He's been on a tear. He made his first final in many, many years last month in Seattle. It's good to see him here in Vegas. And of course, Alex Midler. This is his second year in SLS. Looking for his first podium here in Vegas. Now let's take a look at the basics, how SLS works. There are 2 sections to Street League, a line section and a single trick section. Each skater gets 2 45-second line attempts, followed by 4 single trick attempts. The top line score counts, and the top 2 single trick scores count. Those are added together for a skater's final score. And the top 8 skaters will advance into tomorrow's final. Those are the basics. Taking a look at this course, beautifully put together from California skate parks. But as we talked about, it's a compact course, Andrew. I think we're going to see surprises all day long because of it.
My hope is Trent's going to be able to do some great stuff on here. Super technical skater, smaller obstacles. He can put together some really, really difficult stuff on the course for his first line.
You see right there, I don't know if he was going to have to fall, but you better jump off if you're heading towards the backside of a handrail.
And the skater said, you know, it is difficult out there just because there is so much stuff in general. We saw in the women's qualifying, Pamela Rosa basically gets smoked running into the hubba. Hopefully we don't see that here in the men's, but definitely a very real possibility. Nice back lip.
Time for one more for Trent McClung on his first run, and that is time.
Trying to put down a run. That strategy right there, coming in, trying to just get a score on the board.
So Trent McClung starting things off with a 3.1, which is
super
a low score.
Yeah, it's low. But it's something.
Felipe Moda, 15-year-old from Brazil, got added to SLS in 2021, so this is already his second year.
Whoa! That's quite a way to start things off. Gap to back lip on the kink rail.
He's a kid with incredibly high standards. He doesn't play it safe. He goes all in. And we haven't seen him at his absolute best yet. And when we do, he's a skater that could make podium and potentially win.
Going down a couple times so far in this line. Oh, look at that. That's a great example of what's going to make this course really fun, especially when we get into those single tricks. I mean, a big spin front blunt right there in the middle of your run. That's wild.
So he manages to get some good tricks in, but not a perfect run. Gapping out to back lip to get things going. Into the front hurricane, but slipping into the front board.
Look at that right there. Big spin, front blunt to regular. Down the rail, first try in his line.
.4.
That is a tough score with a gap back lip and a big spin front blunt. But that shows the level.
You got to stay on. And if you're starting out the contest, the judges don't know what's still to come. They need to leave themselves a lot of room for great skating. Tori Pudwell on course.
Yeah, Tori Pudwell just started things off with a kickflip crook. Gap front board. This is like old Tori right here.
This is the best we've seen from him all year so far. He struggled in Jacksonville and Seattle. But wow, going for it with a nollie flip back lip.
It's interesting, though. So far, we're seeing the strategy is, with the exception of Trent, go for broke. And then you look at Trent's score, 3.1. I mean, the 0.3 difference between him and Felipe, I don't know. Part of me is like, man, maybe you just get that first run on the board.
There's always the kind of the push and pull between strategy and then just going for it. But this is Street League. You're trying to make an 8 cut.
You're not going to make it with a 3. I mean, you literally have to be 7.5 and higher.
Yeah.
Here's those replays from Tori's run. You got that nice front board.
6.7 for Tori. He's going to look to his second run. Miles Silvas on deck, the wild card. His best SLS finish ever was a 6th in Munich back in 2017, long time ago.
This is a great course for Miles, though. I mean, Miles can skate the big stuff, super technically, do really difficult tricks, but this is a really good one because it is compact, and he doesn't skate around super fast. So when you've got skaters like that, they're able to build more tricks in. Oh, wow. I love that. Showing the control with the switchback lip, taking it all the way around. 15 seconds.
And the size of this course and the just generally smaller obstacles is really good for a skater like Miles. That was so sick.
That was great.
Across and down, back tail, way up there on that kinked hubba.
I'm excited to see what the score is for that because that was a full run. We haven't seen a full run yet. He had a good mix of tricks. Fakie front crook down the hubba.
This is the most dangerous spot on the course right there. That kinked rail with the trap, bear trap rail underneath it, closeout rail. Finishing strong with the back tail across and down.
That ledge is also sketchy because it's not super high. Scores in 6.8.
That's a solid score. We're going to see a lot higher scores as the day goes on. Ryan DeCenzo from Canada, coming off a great showing in Seattle, where he finished 4th place.
Started off with a gap to crook on the hubba. First person we've seen skate it like that today. Oh. Kickflip crook getting away from him. DeCenzo, different than Miles from the standpoint, he always hustles. He tries to get tricks in everywhere. Whoa, 360 flip. Good example, though. If you're off just a little bit, can totally send you off your board.
But the 3 flip over that rail is huge. Huh.
So that's going to end up being a throwaway run for DeCenzo.
Out of time, unfortunately.
Ooh, I like where he's going with that front blunt.
So, DeCenzo, he'll look to his second run also. Miles Silvas, the one skater to truly get it done so far here in Heat 1 line section.
That was really sick seeing that gap crook to start things off.
That is a stretch to get out there. Any trick done on that is a skater doing their best work. Coming in next, Alex Midler, second year in SLS. Best finish, 3rd place in Salt Lake City last year. So he's good for a final.
Midler is just so good in general. He always goes for broke. He never half steps.
When you're unwilling to bail, it helps. You know, like you're gonna be a great skater if you have some talent and just that raw willingness to put it all on the line, which Midler is just a champion.
Oh, that was so sick. Backtail big spin. I like that too, just showing a little bit of extra technical. Oh, that was sick. Starting it off with that back 270 lip, ending it with the 270 board.
Said he ran out of time. Taking another look.
That was a good run. He had a good mix in there. There's another look at that back 270 lip. The gap to backside lip slide. I have a feeling once we get into the singles, we're going to see him utilizing all those gap 2 obstacles. This was kind of a surprise. Haven't seen him do tricks like that. We'll see him spin a lot, but you don't see him, you know, spinning out of tricks often.
6-3, a good score. But as we know from prior events, a 6.3 isn't a great run score. Trent McClung back for his second run. He's got a little work to do here. As we know now, with the new format update, you have to take one run score. You can't just look to single tricks.
Ooh, that was a really cool looking kickflip nose slide. Nose grind. "15 seconds.
10 seconds left.
Trying to go for that back tail big spin. It's not going to do it.
So
That puts him at a disadvantage right there. I mean, going into the best trick, or the single tricks, he's going to need to get really technical.
But here's one of those times where maybe it's not great to be in the first heat.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing now a lot of people struggling so far with the run section. If this continues, then as you're later in the heats, you could say, all right, now I can go strategy. I don't have to go all in. Play it smart, stay on, get your points, and go to the final.
But I mean, look at him. He's sitting next to Shane O'Neill. We know Shane's coming up later. Like,
yeah,
you can't half step.
Felipe Mota in for his second line.
Whoa! You heard that truck hit the rail on the way out of the gap back lip.
And he got sketchy on that second trick too, but he's still on his board. Cleans it up there. Back lane nose grind back to forward.
Oh man, it looked like he was gonna catch on that first one he did in that first line. Hate to see it.
I would say that happened because there's such a small amount of setup time between dropping in and getting to those rails.
He's 2 for 2 on the big spin front blunt down the rail.
Time for one more. No slide.
Oh, that was really a cool way to end it. That's kind of the unique, creative stuff that the judges are going to be looking for. Although he had that fall on the front feeble, my hope is this is going to outdo that first line and build him up a bit. Here's another look.
First two tricks. He hung on, and here you go. Final trick, no slide, bumping it up into crook. That's rad.
That was very cool. That was a cool way to utilize that obstacle.
So first line score, 3.4, followed by a 5.1 for Felipe Mota. That is good enough for third place as we move on to T-Puds. So we saw a flash from T-Pud of T-Pud 2013. Let's get him back there. Boom!
There we go. Now, Tori has dealt, with injuries for years. And he always battles through. It's really nice to see him out here going for it. Oh, look at that nollie flip back lip down the rail. Could this be a potential finals making Tori? We hope. It's been too long. Oh, sticking on the back tail.
And that's one of his signature tricks. Sitting on a back tail, he could go all day.
I wish it was a little wider so we could get the back lip Tori that I missed so much.
You never know.
Here's another look. Look at that kickflip crook. Super well done. He just looks really comfortable today. Gap out to front board. And then this nollie flip back lip mid-line. Very well done.
A rarely seen trick. Heavy move, 4.4. So he's gonna look to single tricks. He's gonna put down some nines. We'll go from there. Next in, Miles Silvas. Highest run score so far with that 6.8. A little bit of a surprise coming into the first heat, but good to see because he is a huge talent.
Oh, look at that. He didn't fully get both trucks on, but switch flip front 50-50 down the hubba.
Clean backside lip slide through that kinked rail. I like how he takes it back to forward.
Yeah, it just shows so much control. 10 seconds. Oh, sticking on the back tail.
Somebody needs to put some wax up on that thing.
Can we get the waxer out there, please?
Same thing that Tori did. Back tail stick to end it. But
Miles has such a good bag of tricks, though, that when we get into the singles, hopefully he can put it together.
But once again, even though he had the highest run score so far, that 6.8 is not a huge run score. There was that kind of squirrely switch flip 50, but you know, that's not going to count against you so much in the runs as it would in single trick.
Taking a look at both of those replays shows how good he is. He was able to hold on to it with the switch flip front 50 that got off and the switchback lip. Scores in 5.8. That's an improvement.
Ryan DeCenzo back in. Second line attempt. He wants to stay on. Gapping way out to that front tail. So there's no question. A skater like DeCenzo, who's used to going huge, has to get a little creative here on this course. But there are options. You see, he can take the 360 flip and stretch it out, do the gap hubba. But on the banks and the tiny rails, you see it's just not quite as comfortable.
He's got such a good kickflip, though, and he can flip into so many tricks. It's just a matter of he's going to have to do it on the biggest stuff out there. Oh! That was so cool.
That's huge. Popping out early in that front blunt, just skipping the bottom part, taking it all the way to flat. That was awesome.
Really impressive. Look at that. Getting in there. And he fully popped out. I mean, it wasn't like he had so much speed that he just overdid it. That was a full pop out.
So that run had a ton of variety. He went big 3 times, which is saying a lot.
Do you think that's enough to outdo Miles?
I don't know. Maybe a judgment call based, you know, it's kind of like Tech versus Nar. 5.4, so not even close.
No, in third place.
The judges are being stingy with points right now. Fair enough, but they got to stay stingy if that's the way it's going to be. So
and they will, because when you think about someone like Shane O'Neill coming up and the size of this course, there's so much potential.
Midler in for run 2, trying to beat his 6.3 and catch Miles Silva's 6.8.
One thing I love about Alex, he always steps it up. He's going to throw something in here to build on that last score at some point. Oh, he hangs on.
Sick. I mean, yeah, a little sloppy, but also rad. And he made it.
Wow. There you go, 360 flip lip slide.
12 seconds.
Got time for at least one more big move.
Yeah. Front feeble on the down flat rail with the bear trap.
And that is time. All right, what do you think about that run versus Miles versus DeCenzo?
I think that has potential to outdo Miles because he got the flip tricks in there. We didn't see that on the first one. We had the back tail big spin. Yeah, a little bit of toe drag, but we saw the 360 flip lip to follow that up. I think that's definitely an improvement versus the 270 board. And then love that front feeble. All the judges know how sketchy that rail is. So I think it's going to be enough to outdo. We'll see.
6.8.
Oh, it ties. Fair.
So that is it for the run section here in heat number 1. And we'll be back with best trick right after this. Street League Skateboarding is brought to you by Shoc, a modern performance energy drink created for today's active generation. By Visible Mobile, single line, unlimited wireless, powered by Verizon. By Cariuma, ethics meet performance. And by Tech Deck, start small, go big.
Hello?
Hey babe, are you coming home soon? It's getting late.
I'm almost done here. I'll be home soon.
Listen, I'm getting really worried. You're becoming really obsessed with this.
Don't worry. I'm okay. I'm gonna find it.
Breaking news. Legendary skateboarder Kelly Hart has been rumored to have purchased a multi-billion-dollar facility staffed with a world-class research and development team in hopes to find the 2022 Trick of the Year.
Oh, I think I found something.
What do you got?
The rumors have sent the public into a frenzy in hopes to be chosen as the lucky winner of the cash prize.
I already submitted my clips. What else do you want from me?
You think those tricks are worth $10,000?
Our sources tell us, while there have been some worthy contenders, Kelly is still searching for that perfect trick.
You think that is Trick of the Year worthy?
These are the best submissions we got. Maybe people just don't know how to enter.
You're telling me after 7 years they don't know how to upload their tricks and hashtag a Trick of the Year? This is bullshit!
Kelly has also been quoted that he will not come out of the facility until the Trick of the Year is found.
If you can't help me find a trick like this, I'm gonna have to find it myself.
Some of his close friends and loved ones are beginning to worry about his well-being. We were able to contact Kelly about the contest, but he only gave us one quote, and that is, "This shit could change your life." This is Anita Ollie with Channel 6 News, signing off and wishing all of you good luck. Godspeed.
I'll find you.
If the actual Trick of the Year is half as good as Kelly Hart's acting, it's going to be a legendary move.
Those videos are so good. Did you hashtag yours yet?
Not yet. No.
You gotta upload, dude.
How about you?
Nah.
Nah, player. Okay, we'll see. Yeah, hashtag your tricks. Get buck in the streets. Upload. $10,000 on the line. You're watching the SLS Las Vegas men's prelims. This is heat number 1. Miles Silvis up on top after the line section. And now we start single tricks. 4 attempts per skater. 2 attempts will count. Trent McClung is in.
I'm curious to see what the score is going to be, because that hubba is so small in comparison to what we've seen at SLS.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm curious, are they going to go 5s? Where's this going to end up? A kickflip crook?
Yeah, it's not going to be a 9.
No.
But Trent is playing it smart, maybe a little too smart.
4.5. Okay. As long as everything's consistent throughout the day, it's fine. But we're going to see things continue to heat up as we go forward.
Felipe Mota. Attempt number 1.
Whoa! Kickflip back lip on the gap to rail.
So we saw him start his run with the gap out back lip, and now, boom, throw in the kickflip, get those points.
Okay.
This is the visible replay.
Look at that bar.
Over the bear trap.
I mean, yeah, that is so sketchy. It almost gets lost because it's gray, but it is horrifying.
Well, it's one of those things where when you're gapping over it, at least you're going to clear it. But when you start early on that and maybe slip into it, that's where you're going to be facing some potential some pain.
Some pain.
6.9.
Okay. Wow, a 6.9 for a gap kickflip back lip.
Highest score of the prelim so far, Felipe Mota. T-Pud in for his first of 4.
Yes!
Oh, beautiful. example of a nollie flip. T-putt.
It is really nice to see Tori making tricks and putting it down. That was a really good nollie flip. He just looks comfortable. He looks like
yeah,
pre-injury Tori.
Because the last 2 stops, he struggled.
Yeah, and he was just getting back to it.
5.6. It's good enough for second place for now. But that overall score of a 10, you know, room for improvement. Miles Silvas is in.
Oh, that was great. Switch heel flip, really well done. Over the stairs and the bear trap.
His skating is so clean. So much pop. He made that look easy, and that is long. And part of the issue on this course is the quick setup and just getting enough speed. 8.0 for the switch heel. Huge score.
That just sent a message to every single skater like, oh, go switch over this thing?
Points are over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good because we still have plenty of attempts left, so all the other skaters can now adapt as needed.
Ryan DeCenzo in.
Oh, I was hoping he was going to try that. He's going to do that.
He'll get that. He wouldn't be a Red Dragon if he wouldn't get that. All right, Midler on deck. Whoa. That's a stretch to get out to that second part of that double kink. But Midler doesn't mess around. He never quite looks happy. He always looks like he's stressed and bummed on his skating, but he's always ripping and going for it. And he usually comes through in the end.
It's true.
All right, Trent McClung in for trick number 2. Bumping up the difficulty, kickflip back nose blunt. That'll get some points. Even though he's staying on the small section of the course. Felipe Moda in next.
Started it off with a kickflip backflip.
If he could put down another score, he'll have 3 on the board then.
Whoa! Yeah, I really want someone to make one of those just to see where the judges go. I mean, 8 even for the switch heel down the stairs over the rail. I feel like a gap to down hubba trick's gonna get higher up there as well.
You are right about that, especially any flip trick into that. T-putt back in.
Yeah, cross it down.
Backsmith, flattened down.
A couple more goes.
I want to know what he's talking about.
He should just be mic'd up. You just got to make sure you have a delay for all the expletives.
Miles Silvas, swing. Front feeble. You have to get into your trick on that rail, or you got problems. All right, Ryan DeCenzo. Does he come back to this kickflip crutch?
I think so.
Yeah, textbook DeCenzo.
So this will be cool too, because depending on the score, will Felipe then go for the kickflip back tail again? Is it going to be enough, or is he going to adapt? Look at how well done that is. Super quick flick. He locked in so nicely.
That's why he's a Red Dragon. There you go. Perfect.
There's another look. That was so well done.
8.6.
Wow. All right. So that's where people are getting 9s today.
By far the highest score today. Yeah.
Alex Bittler now.
Gap out, flip tricks. We'll do it. All right, Alex Midler.
All right. I'm excited to see where this score goes, too, because we saw the kickflip back lip. Are the judges not interested in the gap to rail?
They should be, because that is so far. And, you know, I think the fact that we saw him bail that the first try, it gave you a sense of how gnarly that trick is, too. If he would have just made it first try, maybe you could be fooled. But look at that. He was almost grinding his base plate on the rail. Look at that. He just squeezed that one in at the very end.
7.3.
You see by his face, he's like, no, they're not really giving it the credit maybe he thinks it probably deserves. And I think he might be right.
Now moving into trick attempt number 3.
Trent McClung back. Now the pressure will be on his last try, where he will have to make something big or he's done. All right, so Felipe Mota, does he come back for this kickflip back tail?
Yeah.
If so, he'll be setting himself up nicely if he lands it.
Yeah, he's definitely going to go for it again. Coming in with a lot of speed. Wow. That looks like a very short run up. To have that much speed and try to gap out.
It is.
So all the pressure is going to be on Felipe on that last try.
So Tori's going to want to get this one now and give himself one last try to improve on that 5-6. Nope.
He also used that last and final attempt.
So, small crowd out here this weekend, Andrew, because it's invite only. It's a tiny arena. It's from UFC fights. It's the Octagon. If you didn't get the invitation, you're not here. No tickets available. Sorry.
All right, Miles,
I'm
coming in.
Okay, switch.
Ooh. Switch back heel would be big.
A lot of falls here in the first heat.
I'm curious how many of the skaters came into it with a plan and then had to adjust seeing the way things have been getting scored.
DeCenzo stepping it up. He's been on fire. Kickflip front lip. Signature DeCenzo move, but taking it to a tough spot.
So Felipe got a 6.9 on the kickflip back lip. So well done.
I mean, it's not like a kickflip front lip is any easier, but maybe score-wise, 7.1.
Okay.
Nice.
It's consistent.
So Ryan DeCenzo up on top, the leaderboard, and he won with a 21.1. Now we're in that range of making the cut.
Oh, man.
That is so gnarly.
I nearly jumped out of my skin right there.
To 270 lip on a kinked rail is one thing, but that crossbar is what changes the game. If you catch your toes on that, it's going to leave it at that. Okay, Trent McClung, he needs this. He doesn't get it. He is not going to be going to the final. Great smile anyway. Great dude. He's in the top 3 in the McClungs. So top 4 when you count Tug.
He's got a brother, another brother.
All right, Felipe, does he go back for this? He needs it.
He knows he needs it. I mean, he's been in these enough now to understand that he's got to put it down right now. And he doesn't do it. That means Felipe is not going to move on.
It's such a shame because we have not seen Felipe Mota even near his best in Street League yet.
That is such a bummer because he was so close. I think that first attempt he landed on it and fell.
I'm playing. I'm waiting on your go-ahead.
All right, Tori needs this. A 4.9 moves him into second place. Yeah, classic T-Pud.
Hang on.
Smith. Across and down. So, you know, there's that 4.9 is what's going to take to get him into second. But
that's second place in the first heat. There you go, locking in, making his way down. Classic Tori Pudwell. Oh, look at that. All right, that's awesome. Another good way to get those points is across and down. That's good information right there, too.
17 even overall score for Tori.
A great showing for him today. Stoked to see him out here. All right, Miles. Oh, man.
That is so unfortunate because look at his scores. He had the 6-8 in the line, and then his first go in single trick was an 8, and then goose eggs.
Yeah.
He set himself up but couldn't finish the deal. DeCenzo, on the other hand, 21.1 overall. Anything better than the 7-1 is going to increase that score. Not going to be it.
Stomping. I like the stomp.
So we're going to have to sit back, wait and watch to see if that 21.1 holds up through 4 more heats for Ryan DeCenzo.
I feel like that is at the bottom end of maybe. All right, Midler is not out of this. He needs a 7.1 to get up into first place. I mean, if he puts down what he was trying, there is serious potential. Whoa! I'm shocked his board did not split in 2 right there. He didn't even try to get the down rail. He just was like, give me the flat.
What a heat. Interesting. Not quite the top skating we've seen in SLS history. Flashes of greatness. Current standings after heat number 1, Ryan DeCenzo from Canada up on top with a 21.1. I think he set himself up. Anyone else on that list, not looking so great. Now let's check in with Alex White, who's on the course.
Thanks for coming down to my level here, Ryan. Yeah. So Ryan, you just came off like a hair off the podium at Seattle, and then you came back. What was your strategy coming into this event?
Well, my strategy coming into this event was try to make it to the final because that's the hardest part. And being in the first heat is even harder. Nobody knows what any of the tricks are going to get. The gap kickflip crook got an 8 something, so that's a good one for other guys to try in the future. They know now. But I tried to set the bar as high as I could, but I kind of missed the tray flip in the run. It was detrimental to my run score, so.
But still, you know, your run with the big front blunt pop out there, it was a really killer run. You didn't get the score you wanted, and then you had to focus on the best tricks.
Yeah, I was really hyped that I got the front blunt pop out, and I was hoping the judges were going to reward me for missing the tray flip by getting that, but it's all good. I had fun, and I landed majority of the run, so I'm hyped.
Yeah, Ryan, well, we're all hyped for you. Thanks so much. Hopefully see you tomorrow at finals day.
Well, we're going to be I don't think it's going to hold today, but I feel like somebody from heat 2 or 3 is going to set the bar, and then I'm going to be below them, and then I'm going to get bumped to like 10th or 11th, maybe 12th. I'm predicting 12th for right now. Let's see. Put money on.
Yeah, we're in Vegas, right? Well, all predictions aside.
Everything's a gamble.
Well, thanks so much, Ryan, for coming down and talking to me a little bit, and back to you guys in the booth.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alex. We'll be watching along with DeCenzo to see if that score holds up through the rest of this qualifying round. But first, let's take a look back at the G-Shoc time capsule. What happened in Seattle? Stop number 2 on the road to the Super Crown. What a contest we saw in Seattle.
Seattle was wild. That course was massive.
Yeah, it was built to send.
Big sending.
And DeCenzo was on fire. That kickflip front nose blunt got the 9.3, the highest score in his SLS career. Let's keep it going, DeCenzo. And of course, Deshaun Jordan, he can't miss a laser. He qualified in first. He was on a roll. Gustavo Ribeiro. You can't stop that nollie flip out of the crook. And Joslin skating his way into the final. And then the Hail Mary nollie back 3 heel. Remember?
Just catching it with the toes.
Vincent Milou. All right, another second place for Vincent. He's finished second everywhere for the last 2 years.
He's currently in second in overall standings, too.
But when you're up against Yuto Horigome, and he can just bust out tricks you didn't even know he could do and take it straight down on 11-stair hubba, you know, that's tough to beat. Great skating in Seattle across the board. Yuto took it home. We want to remind you that the Super Crown is heading back to Brazil to Arena Carioca 1 at Olympic Park in Rio de Janeiro. Brazil is home to some of the best skate fans in the world, and we cannot wait to see what goes down at this year's Super Crown Championship. Tickets are on sale now, so don't wait. This event will sell out. Log on to streetleague.com/supercrown for more information, and we hope to see you in Rio. Take a look at the current Super Crown standings. After 2 stops, Yuto Horigome up on top with 200 clean points from 2 wins in a row. Vincent Milou in second place, looking good to clinch a spot into the finals at the Super Crown. And Soros Shirai and Gustavo Ribeiro rounding out those top 4 right now. But it's going to be after this weekend that those top 4 are locked in for the Super Crown final in Rio. Everybody else is going to have to go down there and battle for the remaining 4 spots. Now it's time to meet the skaters in heat number 2 here in the men's prelims, SLS Las Vegas. Jagger Eaton, Super Crown champion from last year. Didn't skate the first 2 events. He's back. He's fired up. You claimed it, Andrew. Keep your eye out for Jagger. And Gustavo Ribeiro, tech wizard. He won in Salt Lake City last year. He makes almost every podium. And from Canada, Mickey Papa, tech wizard. Hey, this could be Mickey's course. He's got quick feet. He's got quick tricks. And of course, one of the nicest guys in the universe and a great overall skater. He can get it done anywhere. Carlos Ribeiro. And from Australia, Tommy Finn, back in the league. We didn't see enough of Tommy over the last few years, taking a little bit of a break. But you know he's going to be coming back firing. Wait for that back nose blunt. Wait for it.
This is going to be a good heat.
Yeah, and as DeCenzo pointed out to Alex, he kind of blazed the path for these next skaters. They see, okay, flip tricks out to that hubba, those are going to get you some scores.
I'm so psyched to watch Jagger in his first run back.
Look at that, gap out front nose blunt, straight out the gate, kickflip fakie, bank to bank, switch back.
Oh! That was pretty wild.
He's so good at staying on. He knows what it takes to land tricks. He will ride out of just about anything. it's one of the things that makes him so consistent. He just has a knack of like pushing through landings.
I feel like there's a difference in mindset. I mean, I think a lot of these guys just go out skating, but I think that Jagger legitimately goes and practices. And I think that's a really big difference between him and the others. Look at that, switch front feeble at the end of his line.
Yeah. That was a heavy line. Came out firing. He got sketchy a few times, but he did really hard tricks. He used the whole course. Made a couple of laps.
Taking a look back to replay.
Look at this right here. Gap to nose grind to start things off. I loved this combo into that kick flip or backside flip. Then he gets here into the switchback lip, and that's where things got a little sketch. He was able to hang on to it. Then he finished it off. Switch front feeble, just landing a little too much though on his back foot.
7.5. Solid line score for Jagger Eaton.
Yeah, I mean, that's the highest line score we've seen so far today here in the men's prelims.
There you go.
And that wasn't even his finest work.
He'll clean that up in his next go. Gustavo Ribeiro on course. Now, Gustavo's turning into one of these skaters that's almost guaranteed to cruise his way through to every final. He's that good.
It's true. He just seems so on point. And what's cool about this one is he can skate the gnarly stuff. I think that was the question for a while, was can he do it? And we saw him come out swinging in Salt Lake. You see it in Seattle. I mean, those tricks he was doing were amazing. But this is a smaller course, and it does give him that opportunity to really kind of be as technical as he can be.
Whoa! Look at that! The risk factor is at 11.
To end his line with a big spin front board to fakie on the down flat bear trap rail. That's wild. All right, let's recap here.
He did it all.
Kickflip back lip. Yeah, he really did it all. He skated the kink rail. Look at that.
Twice.
Front feeble.
Yeah, it's definitely something that has set him apart from some of the other skaters.
Into a nice 5-0.
His line section.
One thing that's so nice about watching him, he gets tricks in all over the place. So 7.7 for 6. I think this is going to be a high score.
Awaiting that first one to come in.
The judges are definitely calculating this one carefully. 8.0, highest line score of the day so far, well-deserved from Gustavo Ribeiro.
That's going to bring up Mickey Papa next. Yeah.
So Mickey Papa on deck.
He's got such a good kickflip. He can flip into everything.
You know what? I was talking to Mickey earlier, and he specifically said his goal has been to do less kickflip into everything and bring more variety, more tricks that he doesn't think are his hardest tricks, but might help his score because it shows that he has a little bit more to offer than a kickflip to this or a kickflip to that.
That's fair.
Like this. Nollie heel back board.
That was really solid. Coming in switch. Nice switch from the Smith grind.
Look at the variety Mickey's got. He said he's been feeling more comfortable. He's in his 30s now, and he doesn't care as much what anybody thinks, and it's helped his skating. And
I love
we're seeing it, yeah.
He's being his authentic self.
We could all learn something from Mickey. The guns. So putting down a great run. That's classic Mickey. But he said in the past he would focus on single tricks because that's where he'd get his easiest points. But now that the runs count, he's focusing more on the runs. And here I think it's going to pay off for him.
I love the way he does that varial heel flip. It was a good line.
So Gustavo Ribeiro had that 8 in the line section. That's the highest line of the day. Mickey just put down a serious run himself.
He needs a 7.6 for 8. Look at that, 7.8.
Right up in the mix. Next in, Carlos Ribeiro. So we got both Ribeiros in this heat.
Carlos, this is a great course for him.
He's been on one podium in his life, and it was 2017 Munich.
Wow.
I'd love to see him put it all together, because he is such a talent, and we don't always see him stop every trick, and when he does, he could win.
20 seconds left.
Still got some time on the clock, about 15 seconds.
But as we've seen so far today, you're going to have to put everything down.
You know, and he hasn't made a final since 2019. So, yeah, I mean, we did have that. 2020 was a write-off, so.
All right, so the birthday boy will look to line.
We need to get him back in the final.
I would love to see him in a final.
So that run is not going to be what's going to get him there. On deck, Tommy Finn. When he skated Seattle, it was the first time we saw him since 2019 also. So great to have Tommy back.
Oh, that would have been a really cool way to start off his line.
Always tough. That first go, you have a ball.
Oh, hanging on. It looked like his foot was going to come off on that crook across and down. Fakey back lip. Oh, a nice half cap flip.
12 seconds left here on the clock.
Backside tail slide. Is he going to get it in time? I don't know if he popped it or not. I'm just going to say I hope so.
Hey, I'm giving it to him.
Nice.
Yeah. We'll see if the judges do. Either way.
There's that back 180 nose grind. That's a Tommy Finn staple.
He's got
the crook across and down.
High speed.
360 flip lip at time. With the exception of missing the nollie heel front board in the beginning of the line, he was able to put it all down.
6.0.
It's going to be a 6 even. There you have it.
Back to the top.
Cariuma, fun fact. Jagger Eaton's mom was a member of the U.S. national gymnastics team. That's awesome. And they've got the gym out in Arizona.
Yep.
Family of athletes, straight up.
Yeah, both of his brothers rip.
Kids that rip. KTR. Jagger back in. Hey, so the 24.7 score is what was good enough to make 8th place in Seattle. That's a cup-making score from Seattle, 24.7. So, interesting note.
Oh, look at that. Switchback nose grind down the hubba. Jagger skating with a lot of speed. He's got 10 seconds. Wow, stomped the switch front feeble. And that's time. All right, Jagger putting down a full line.
Again.
And improving. I mean, everything was a lot cleaner, a lot more comfortable. He stomped that one. Saw a 7.5 on the first one.
Highest run score of the day was Gustavo Ribeiro with the 8.
Nice kick flip. Backside flip. Then into that switchback lip. That's a cool one right there. The switchback nose grind. And then ending it right here with a switch front feeble down the rail. Doing that in his line is amazing.
7.9, that's 1/10 of a point below the highest run score so far. But really, that is kind of what we expect from Jagger. He's going to show up. He's going to get it done. You got to beat a skater like Jagger, and same with Gustavo Ribeiro. Highest run score of the day so far. Trying to improve on his own 8.
So technical. Going the distance right there on that front feeble, right into the 5-0.
Not any time to set up for that. Every try.
It's like it levitates. Again.
Last trick, kickflip front board right at
Okay,
the
so
buzzer.
he got an extra kickflip front board in. Other than that, that was the same run, though.
So
if my memory serves me correctly. We saw the kickflip back lip.
You know, I think he was going to land that front feeble right there, and he was going to do a kickflip front board on the rail. That's what he's doing in practice, but he got too squirrely, so he had to do. That was going to be what added to that run.
You know, it's actually kind of awesome, though, that he was able to add that kickflip front board at the end on the down rail.
Yeah, he's one of those who he knows what the clock is doing. He times out his run 8.2, so that could be the difference.
Absolutely. Man, these are some tough. To get a 9 on this course is going to be, in the lines, is going to be very difficult.
Mickey Papa back in, coming off a 7.8. And so when he was talking about that kickflip and everything, he said, I'm going to do this nollie front nose slide instead of a kickflip front nose slide. To him, it's easier to do a kickflip front nose slide. But he's like, I think just doing a variety will pay off.
I think that's a good call overall.
But he also said that's going to help his flow a little better, too. He could flow through the nollie one a little smoother. But, yeah, that's going to cut his score out.
Mickey knows. He's like, hey, 7.8, that's a competitive score as things stand right now. So as long as the bar doesn't get too much higher in the next couple heats, or next few heats, he's in a good spot.
You know what? The bar has a tendency of getting too much higher at SLS. You know, like you said earlier, Shane O'Neill waiting in the wings, Felipe Gustavo, Mark Suchu, Sora Shirai, Jamie Foy, Deshaun Jordan. You get the idea. Carlos Ribeiro, he needs to put down this line, make it clean, get some points.
Oh, that was really well done. Front tail big spin. Carlos has enough technical tricks that he could get away with a high score if he hangs on. Look at that balanced backside nose grind across and down. He's got 10 seconds. He's going to need to leave the judges with something big or something really hard.
That isn't going to do it. So another run with some falls for Carlos Ribeiro. He could be out already.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, you have to take one of your line scores, and if you don't get a good line, you know, you're basically out. But
this was really well done.
Perfect. .8. So an improvement.
That's tough.
Doubled his score.
But trying to get into that top 8?
No. Tommy Finn. Got a 6 on his first line. He's going to want to improve on that by at least a point or 2.
Ah.
So we talk about that 24.7 kind of average to make a final. That's an 8+ on the line and single tricks. So right now, no one's living up to that.
2 falls so far for Tommy.
Turning it back around here in the second half.
Fakey back lip. Skips the half cab flip. Really nice kickflip crook, but that's not going to be enough to outdo that 6 even.
I think scores could stay low-ish through this entire weekend for the sake that the course is hard to skate. There's not the one place where you go for all your super high scores. And you have to do a lot of tricks because the obstacles are so packed together. So you have a higher tendency of failing. Those things combined might equal lower scores across the board all day long. We'll see.
I think we're going to see those bigger scores during single trick on that across down hubba, down the stairs,
I think you're
over
right,
the rail.
But it's also super hard to skate.
Yeah. He's going to stick with that 6 even.
Let's take a look back to last year, 2021, the whole season, start to finish, in a nutshell. Here we go. Salt Lake City. It was a great time out there. First time back after a year. Nigel was ripping the cab flip, back lip all day long. But Gustavo Ribeiro wasn't to be beat. Got his first SLS win there.
Then we made our way out to Lake Havasu. It was hot. Yes. The weather, the skating, Deshaun Jordan putting it down in Arizona for his home state. But Nija, wow.
He wasn't messing around. Took home the win. And then Jacksonville. Lucas Rebello tearing it up, the rookie, making big things happen.
Gustavo in the mix.
Always.
Look at this. Crook nollie flips, so close.
Jagger Eaton handling it. The first rookie Super Crown champ since Kelvin Hoffler did it back in 2015. He was unstoppable. We want to remind you, the Super Crown is heading back to Brazil to Arena Carioca 1 at Olympic Park in Rio. You already know, Brazil is home to some of the best skate fans in the universe. And what goes down at this year's Super Crown Championship is going to be nuts. Tickets are on sale now. Don't wait. This event will sell out, so log on to streetleague.com/supercrown for more information.
Paul, you excited to go down there? You gonna get some Brazilian food? You ready for all the acai we're gonna be eating together?
Indeed. I'm gonna have a blast down there. I'm gonna do some capoeira.
Ooh, all right.
Yep. Looking forward to that.
I'm definitely excited to go down to Brazil next month.
Oh, it's always a great time. Rio's an amazing place. Those people in the crowd you're seeing are industry big shots. If you don't know who they are, it wouldn't hurt for you to find out and butter them up. They could, slide you some tickets. They could get you some promo
leave
gear.
them alone.
They could put you on the team. Send them. Your sponsor me. Yeah.
No.
Get on the team.
Leave them alone.
If you see Vern Laird, hit him up. Say, hey, let me show you my footy, Vern. They love that. Mike Sinclair's out there looking for footy, too. Rothmeyer. All right, Jagger Eaton in for his first of 4 best trick attempts, coming off a great run score. And straight into it. Back 180 Fakey nose grind.
He wasted literally no time.
There is no time to waste.
I love the way Jagger just attacks. Take a look at this. Gap out, back 180 nose grind. Just locked in so comfortably. I'm curious if that was going to be his strategy originally or if he switched things up based off of the scores. Maybe Alex will ask him. Only time will tell.
What I do know is that he's going to put down makes.
7.5.
7.5. He's on his way.
Mid to high sevens.
On deck, Gustavo Ribeiro. Coming off an amazing run. 8.2.
Oh, that is horrifying.
Bigger flip, front board, into a kinked rail with a trap door attached. All right, Mickey. He was talking about how he's better in the single trick section, so there you go.
That was so sick.
Kickflip front 50. How does that stack up against, let's say, had he done it on the gap out to Hubba? Is it equal? Is it? I mean, he's landing on a round bar.
I think comparing that to the kickflip front lip and the kickflip back lip, definitely a harder trick.
Yeah.
Overall. Here's another look. Having a lock in.
Perfect.
He did that so well.
Catching that kickflip, maybe it's like crosswalk.
I was perfect.
That's Mickey.
7.3.
7.3. Not a big score.
But what's so wild, Mickey's been doing this for a long time, and you just saw him, he like thumbs up a 7.3.
It's a good score.
Today, it's been a good score.
Carlos Ribeiro. Oh! That was gorgeous.
But
Drop
also,
dead.
also heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because look at that, 2.8.
Bittersweet, man. Just keep it going, though. Once you're out and you can relax and just do what you do, we might see 3 more great tricks from Carlos.
I hope we do. You never know. He could get 2 9s, end up in the 20 range.
Yeah.
So it's going to be
7.4. Tommy Finn coming in. Had a decent line score with a 6, but he's definitely got work to do here.
Oh, he's setting up. He's going to go fast.
The setup is so crucial. You saw the hyper pump on the way down that little bank, and then second later, you got to crack tail and head out there into the unknown.
All right, Jagger Eaton, attempt number 2. What? Jeez.
Switch front feeble, back 180 out, boom. Okay, I think he just locked in his spot in the final. Call me crazy.
Look at that. Switch front feeble. So much control, taking it back 180 out. Jeez. He did that so well.
$8.4. Well deserved.
Yeah.
Again, you know, a far cry from a 9. So, and that is a gnarly trick.
Yeah.
Jagger Eaton is on top with the 23.8 now. Gustavo Ribeiro in. There we go. Okay. Bigger flip front board, Biggie, on that same obstacle. Where does that land him?
Well, I'm just so glad he made it because I don't want him to try it anymore.
Let's take another look at this visible replay.
Look
Bigger
at this.
flip front board. Oh, that back foot was dangling.
The margin for error on that is so tiny. Look at that. He barely kept that toe on.
To land like that and then still ride out of it perfectly, just, again, it shows you the awareness he has.
I think that has potential to be either a 9 or very close to. Yes! Oh.
9.1 for Gustavo Ribeiro. That moves him up into 3rd place. And that's 3rd place with only 2 scores on the board.
Look at that. But now everybody knows that if they can do that, that's a 9. And that is so terrifying.
Can everybody do that?
No, well, anyone who can do it.
I know. Heavy move.
That's like a Deshaun. Deshaun knows he can do that trick.
Whew. Mickey Papa looking solid here so far. Keep it going. Mickey nollie back heel. Looked like it was going to be a make. A little bit in the front seat. 2 more goes. He looks like he's feeling good and confident enough to come right back, land whatever he's going to put down next. Carlos Ribeiro. Skating for the love and the homies and just trying to put down tricks.
So having some trouble on attempt number 2. He'll have 2 more tries.
Missing the flick, switch flip. Tommy Finn in next.
As we start to talk about that top 8 moving on from the 8th place.
Does he go back for this front nose blunt? And if so, watch the pump down the little bank just to get started. I mean, it's all got to be timed perfectly.
Like, he fully gets psyched before he goes. Yes! Bolts. I'm curious to see where they're going to judge a front nose blunt. And also, then I'm curious when you think about, like, you know, Braden Hoban, because he could probably gap back nose blunt that, potentially kickflip back nose blunt. And the judges will likely keep that in mind when they're scoring this stuff.
They have to. That's their job, and they are the best at it. So, right
so vertical on that.
That's a signature Tommy Finn move all day long, front side and back side. He's so good at those tricks. .6. Plenty of room for a score for a kickflip back nose blunt.
Well, I would love to see that.
Yeah.
All right, Jagger, 2 scores on the board. Up in the top spot, he's got a good line score.
Whoa!
All right, 3 scores. Is that going to outdo the 7.5? The back 180 nose grind. I think it has potential to, but not by much.
It's so a little
risky.
More. It's more. Yeah, it's more risky. Is it harder? I'd say probably. So we'll see. Either way, he has a great score already. 23.8 overall. Lowest score to drop is a 7.5.
What's really interesting, though, is like we looked at in Seattle. 7.7 it is an improvement, 0.2. But was it 24.1 was our 8th place score?
Yeah.
In Seattle? So just interesting to see things shifting around. But when you look at it, those courses are so different. Here we go. That's what I was waiting for.
He's so good. And you know what's crazy? So he had 2 attempts left, and he goes for that trick. He knows he's got to make it.
Yeah.
And he's that good at it that he does first go.
Now, he landed it a bit sketchy. So I think the judges are going to take that. They're definitely going to take that into account.
But he didn't put a hand down. So,
but
you know,
the tic-tac for sure is going to, it's going to get factored in.
But that's going to be his 3rd score. So he's going to bounce that 17.3 score way up. All he needs is a 6.8 for first. 8.3.
All right.
So they didn't take away much. New leader, Gustavo Ribeiro, 25.6. Those are the 2 skaters we talked about. earlier today, I was like, those are probably the guys to beat out here. And they're living up to the hype. Mickey pop-up.
Nollie back heel, really well done.
It.
He looks so comfortable today. Like you look at Tommy. Tommy is gapping Joslin. Mickey doesn't look like he's trying super hard to get a lot of speed, even when he did that kickflip front 50, and that's a gap out on the rail.
It's because he's in his 30s. That's it.
He just doesn't care. He's living his authentic life. And we love that journey for him.
6.5. Good enough to move Mickey into third place, 21.6. All right, Carlos, does he come back for this switch flip? If he does, let's get it, Carlos. Oh. All right, he'll have one final try at it. We just want to see it.
Yeah. Tommy coming in for his third attempt.
He
saw that nose blunt.
Needs an 8-1 to move into the top 3, which I think right now could kind of be like a bubble score. We'll see.
Yes, oh, he did it.
Oh, yes, Tommy.
Actually, let me take a look here. DeCenzo. Yeah, DeCenzo got the 8.6 on that kickflip crook. And that was really well done, too. Not sketchy at all. We may see the judges dock him just a little from the originality perspective, but...
It seemed pretty consistent, generally. 8.6.
All right.
They know what's up. 22.2, that is good enough for third, and now Mickey Papa gets bumped into fourth.
I'm so excited to see where Jagger goes. He does not like being in second. Needs a 9.4 to get up into first. That was a throwaway. A switch flip for him. He's all right. He's taking it second place right now.
So this is men's prelims, heat number 2. We still have three heats to go.
We'll see.
So anyone outside of the top 2 maybe could be in the danger zone. Wow! Gustavo Ribeiro getting it done again. Tray flip, nose grind. He's trying to drop that 8.3.
I don't know if the judges are going to give him a high. I think they're going to give him a good score because that's a great trick. But on that hubba, we'll see. I mean, we've seen him do that on handrails.
There's his brother, his whole squad, VIPs. Beautiful. Trying to beat an 8.3, and it's good for a 7.7. You called it.
So far, top qualifier, 25.6.
All right, Mickey Papa coming in next. He's in fourth place. Needs a 9. But anything better than the 6.5 is going to help him. That's the score to look out for.
Oh, I was like so excited for him to put that one down.
Currently in there in fourth. Put your hands together to the top, everybody.
Mickey in fourth. 21.6.
See how that goes.
That could have him down in 10th place, right next to DeCenzo in 11th, like he was claiming.
Yeah, DeCenzo's steady creeping down. He's already in 5th. Here comes Carlos.
Oh.
All right, that's going to do it for him.
Not today for Carlos, but we'll see him down there in Brazil, skating it out in front of his home country.
Now, last try here in the single trick section, men's prelims, heat number 2. Tommy Finn trying to drop that 7.6 to increase his score.
Last skater to go, last attempt, heat number 2.
He needs a 9.5 to get into second, but he has a ton of room for improvement.
That is going to do it.
Not going to happen. So Tommy Finn will stay in third place with a 22.2 with 3 heats still to skate. As we talked about, lots of talent still to come. Take a look at the current standings after 2 heats here in Las Vegas. Gustavo Ribeiro and Jagger Eaton up on top in 1 and 2. Strong scores, 25.6 and a 24 even. And then Tommy Finn, Nicky Papa, by the time we're getting down there, Ryan DeCenzo, the Canadians, could get pieced out by the end of this prelim round. We'll see. Top 8 skaters today advance into tomorrow's final on the road to the Super Crown next month in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Now let's check in with Alex White.
Hey guys, I'm down here with Jagger Eaton. Now Jagger, you're the Super Crown winner from 2021. Oh, and you took a little break. Not a big break, a little break. And now you're back again. Tell us where you've been during this little break.
Yeah, during the break, I just had some chronic pain, had some injuries I had to deal with. I think most of them were physical, but a lot of them were mental too. I've been doing this for 16 years, and mental health, especially when I get into my as I'm adulting or trying to adult, I'm realizing how important mental health is. So I took some time for myself, and I'm just blessed to be back. I feel great.
Yeah, and like being back and looking at a course like this, what was your strategy going into it today? Because you didn't skip a beat.
Oh, thanks. I think my strategy today was just to be a threat. I haven't competed in so long, and I've been keeping tabs on all these dudes, watching them compete and watching them kill it, and I think it's just to come out here and be a threat.
Well, awesome, Jagger. Thanks so much. I hope to see you tomorrow in the finals. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Alex. Now, one of the special things about this year is having P-Rod back in the building skating SLS. So we had to catch up with him, sit down, hear what he's up to.
The progression of skating is just evolving so quickly right now. And I think that the level it's getting at, guys are realizing well, the stuff we're doing is requiring a lot from us physically. And I think collectively as skaters, we're starting to realize we are athletes. We're kind of embracing ourselves finally as athletes, whereas before it was we always fought against that. Nah, I'm a skater, I'm not an athlete, But it takes athleticism to do what we're doing. You have to take care of yourself. You have to treat yourself like an athlete, or you're not gonna last very long. So that's what I love about being part of Shoc, is Shoc's exactly the same in the energy category, where it's they're evolving the energy category with all natural ingredients and cleaner ingredients, so that you can actually have that energy boost that you want, but it's a sustainable energy boost. It's a healthy energy boost. Sometimes you would have beverages they would taste good, but in order to get a good taste, you would have to sacrifice good ingredients and have terrible ingredients to get that flavor. And now there's no sacrifice here with that. It's you have really good, healthy ingredients, great flavor, and you get that boost you want. It's cool with being with Shoc. Well, one, not just hey, I got a new sponsor, but I'm a partner in the brand, I have ownership in the brand. I came in backing it, I believe in it, I put myself invested with it, Half the time, you're dealing with an agency, not even actually with the people of the brand, but I'm here, I'm here with Scott right here next to me, I'm here talking to the founder, the owner, so it's I come in the office, we can work out in the back here, I can throw out ideas if I have ideas, and just really be involved with how to market myself and how can I be more involved with the marketing of the brand in general. So it's really cool because I feel there's that core kind of relationship, but it's a big brand. So it's a really cool blend.
Shoc equips exceptional athletes to perform at maximum levels with confidence, effortlessness, and new levels of mental focus while putting the best possible ingredients inside their bodies. Shoc, thanks for being a part of SLS. Yeah, there's those VIPs we're talking about. Those are the guys you need to send your sponsor me tapes to. Vids, videos. DMs, blow them up, DM style. Whatever it takes, just get on that team. Now let's meet our skaters in heat number 3. Here in the men's prelims. out of 5 heats. Top 8 skaters will advance to tomorrow's final. Coming in first in Heat 3, Manny Santiago representing Puerto Rico, always smiling. He's been a SLS pro since 2013. He's an Olympian. Best ever finished is 3rd place. Chris Joslin, big sender. He had a great showing in Seattle. I would like to see him keep it going here, but this course might be too small for Joslin. All right, I hate to say this, but Vincent Milou from France has become Mr. 2nd place, and he is due for a win, and it could happen here today. 2015 Super Crown champ, Kelvin Hoffler from Brazil, and then finally, the wildest of wild cards, Braden Hoban. This is the kid who could change the game. He's a mega talent, ready for potentially his first win. But first, let's take a look at the basics. Talk about how Street League works. There are 2 sections to Street League, the line section and the single trick section. Each skater gets 2 45-second line attempts, followed by 4 single trick attempts. And the top line score and then the top single 2 trick scores count and are added together, and the top 8 skaters advance to tomorrow's final. Those are the basics. So heat number 3. I think, Andrew, everybody's new favorite is Braden Hoban, hands down. When you watch him practice, you see real quick how good he is. He's skating around the course, doing the hardest tricks and staying on always. But Manny Santiago in for his first run.
That was a cool way for Manny to start things off. The kick flip, the frontside flip over the 2 banks.
Agreed. And then straight into the kickflip front 50, followed up with Manny's Delight. Ollie Impossible / 3 shove lip slide. Call it how you want.
Oh, that was sick. The flip front 5-0, hanging on to it, narrowly escaping death of that kink rail. Nice frontside flip.
Stretching it out. 5 seconds left.
Oh!
You could almost, he looked like he was leaning too far forward before he even tried that last trick, but this was nice to see because Manny typically has been either hot or cold lately. Might be hot Manny today.
I would love a hot Manny out there.
All right, taking another look. That heel flip front 5-0, such a rare move, but one of Manny's signatures.
Nice frontside flip, off the bump, over the bar. I think Manny's also feeling good about that one. 6.1. Which traditionally we would say a 6.1 is not going to do it for you, but today 6.1 could be in the ballpark.
Joslin in.
You've been saying it, big sender, but we've got a tiny little course overall.
It's true.
It's not tiny. There are obstacles out there that are super gnarly, but it is smaller. I mean, especially looking at Seattle versus this, these are 2 whoa, that was so rad.
From the low side.
Haven't seen anyone go there.
Just from being here and looking at that.
Whoa!
That was huge too.
He's making it a course where you can go big. Jeez.
Oh, yes!
Okay.
Classic Joslin there. If he finishes strong, which he does.
Wow, varial heel? That was a really good run. Creativity, he skated a lot of the obstacles differently. He skated a giant Euro gap out front board. That was really well done. Look at this.
It's huge from that side.
Yeah. Then he had this big spin, which we already know that that obstacle alone scores well. All right.
7.0. So again, typically we might say, oh, what? That's a high score for today. Highest run score of the day so far is an 8.2 from Gustavo Ribeiro. Vincent Milou is in. Nice, start with the frontside flip. High speed. I like that.
That's cool.
Of course.
Oh, that was good. Kickflip front tail.
In 15 seconds, he did 4 tricks. That's saying a lot.
All right, switchback lip. Nice. Switch flip up that little baby Euro.
Wow.
Gap to back Smith.
10 seconds left. He's already done so much. If he can finish big here, he'll be looking at a great score, obviously. Switch back, Smith gets away.
Right there at the end.
So Vincent Milou, still a strong run.
He was going to be looking at a huge score. I just like the power that he skates with. He didn't rinky-dink that frontside flip. He blasted it.
Yeah, and that kickflip front tail to fakie was really, really well done. Gap out back Smith. That was a good.
So even with the
line.
a fall, 6.9, he's up in the mix. On deck, Kelvin Hoffler, 2015 Super Crown champ.
This course has potential to be awesome for Kelvin. He can get a lot of tricks in.
You're right.
Whoa, was that a gap
Yes.
back nose blunt to
Yes, it
set
was.
things off?
And then into a casual no comply, kickflip frontside 50. Look already. There's 4 tricks in 10 seconds from Kelvin. Skating to perfection.
Lip slide to fakie, coming in switch. Switch tail 270. Wow, that was awesome. Kickflip back tail to fakie. He's getting a lot of tricks in. Half cab nose 270. Kelvin has been watching, taking notes. And a switch back tail.
Back tail to end it. That run was so hard.
All right, do you think that that right there outdoes the 8.2 that Gustavo did?
I would ask you that. So this run was slightly less technical, but he did more tricks and he went faster and he used the obstacles all very differently.
He did flip his board.
He flipped
Gustavo
his board.
flipped it more.
Yeah.
And Gustavo had that big spin front board down flat on the rail, which I'm going to say more deadly than the half cab nose 270.
For sure. But
I think it's going to be up there. High 7s, possibly an 8. Whoa, it's an 8.5.
I like that.
So that's, I think they're giving him a lot of credit on that gap back nose blunt to start things off.
And he did the most tricks.
Yeah.
And none of them were easy. Braden Hoban. He won that SLS Resurrection contest on Hubba like nothing. He could bring some of that to this course and do the same. An incredible talent, great style. His attitude seems to be just, he's out there doing it, having fun.
Oh!
Wow.
The front 50 on that was enormous. I mean, I really hope we get a chance to look at the replay just to see how high he had to suck that up to make it happen. Oh.
Surprisingly going down on the impossible 50, because as crazy as that trick is, he makes it every time. Oh! Back nose blunt!
At the end of his line.
Wow. Yeah. So, couple falls in that run. He's not going to get a great score, but you get a taste.
And if he puts that down on the next one,
yeah.
Ooh, look at that. Huge frontside 50-50.
You know, he did get that 9 in the run section in Jacksonville earlier this year. He's good for it. .5.1.
It's workable right
barely.
now.
Back to the top of the order. Manny Santiago coming off a really good first run, had one fall right at the end. See if he can put it all together here. No.
You can just hear him. No! Manny's delight. Manny's a veteran out here. He knows he can hustle as hard as humanly possible, but it's not going to be enough.
But he typically does better in the single trick section. And he did start with that 6.1 on his first run. So he can keep himself in the mix with a couple of hammers coming up. But that run is not going to do it.
And I think this course, especially maybe that gap out down hubba, like Manny's a guy that will try some wild tricks on that. And if he can put him down, he can get himself up into those top spots. Taking it with a grain of salt. He knows he's got single tricks coming up. But we got to look at Joslin again. That first line was awesome. 70 even, he's coming in with a lot of speed. Look at that alley-oop back 270. He looks so on point today.
He looks focused, fired up.
Oh!
Yes.
This is Joslin at his finest, when he's going big and he's skating really fast. Look at that 360 flip.
You could hear it. All right, keep it going. Back biggie. He's
oh!
Fakey shove up another micro euro. No, that wasn't up a euro. Varial heel to end it. That was a make. Course interference. That run was incredible.
Yeah,
Andrew,
that was incredible.
Give us a score.
I think it's going to be better than the last one, but not by a ton. I mean, it was really good. So
highest run score so far, Gustavo Ribeiro got the 8-2. Jagger,
I love that.
7-9. Mickey, 7-8.
Gap front board. I'm just trying to remember if he really added anything in particular.
He stayed on the whole run. He made everything.
Yeah.
Last time he had one fall. Am I right? No, I don't know. I don't want to. He maybe stayed on everything. I think he cleaned it up.
8.2. Man, Joslin looking good. I was very curious to see how he was going to skate this course, too. And he's definitely doing it in a cool way.
He did. And he's tied now for the highest run score of the day with Gustavo. So he needs to finish strong in single tricks. Vincent Milou on deck had a great first run, 6.9. You know he has more. So he got second in Seattle. He got second at Tampa Pro. He got second at X Games.
That is a cool combo. Oh, you rarely see him miss a kickflip front tail. Oh, big spin front blunt. Haven't seen him do that one. Yeah, back Smith. Oh, that was sick.
Switchback Smith to end it right there. That's time for Vincent Milou. So one fall, but he got up and kept hammering away and finished with a ton of great tricks. And even though trick he fell on, he landed on his board and kind of got pitched off. So it's like great skating start to finish, one fall. Is it better than the first run, 6.9?
Really, really good year. Ronald flipped, catching a new shoe sponsor since his last SLS.
I think so. Adding that big spin front blunt in there is definitely an improvement Nicely done on the gap back Smith.
$7.0.
All right.
1/10 of a point improvement.
I mean, literally, that could be the difference between being in and being out.
Especially if there's a tie break. Look to second run score. All right. Kelvin Hoffler coming off the 8.5. Sorry, I left him out. That's the highest run score of the day.
Having a little bit of trouble out of the gate.
So already, unless he gets on one right here quick,
no,
you might want to save it.
He's gonna throw it away. Just let the clock run out.
Solid kick turn.
Whoa.
Solid first run. Switching it up right now.
He is in a good spot, though, with that first line score.
Yeah, he's in an amazing spot. 8.5, 3/10 of a point over Gustavo Ribeiro in that line section score.
All right, so that's going to be time 8.5. Obviously, great score to be carrying in a single pick section. One more skater left here to go.
Braden Hoban coming back for his second run. So he had a couple falls in his first run, still got a 5.1. If he can put it together, watch out.
Yeah, if he can put this down, he has potential to be up there. It's not over yet, though. Kickflip front board. Wow, front 50. Smooth front tail. He's got 20 seconds. There we go, the impossible 50-50. If he can get this gap back nose blunt, he's got potential to outdo that first score. Oh, what a risky trick to throw in at the end of your line.
Line section is a wrap.
So he's probably going to have to settle for that 5-1. Not the best position going into single trick, but you never know. It's been a different type of contest, different results. We'll see.
But just for sake of argument, if I took a look, if he were able to get 2 9s, and then he had that 5-1, it's still a 23.1.
4.6.
So there is, there's opportunity. Right now, the bubble score is a 14.1.
Andrew, we've been talking about this course all day long. If you want to know what the skaters think, we got you with some hot takes right here.
I like the course. It's something different. Everything's a little bit smaller and more compact. It makes it kind of hard to skate because everything's really quick after each other, but there's a lot of options, which I really like.
The course is fun. Little obstacles, no low impact, I like that. It's going to make the event a little more technical for sure.
Overall, I really like it just because you can get a little more tech, have a little more fun,
Dude, I don't skate this fast on the course, and I feel like I'm flying around the course, so I really like it. I like the big session, the down to the king to the gap. It's kind of cool. It's different, a little scary, but I think it's gonna be fun.
My favorite obstacle, I think, is the bump to ledge. It's kind of a good height. It's a little on the tall side, but the bank's pretty steep, so you can get out of pretty easily.
I always love watching Deshaun. He's got so much speed and power.
We all have our own different ways of skating this course, so I'm just really interested to see how it works for everyone.
Street League Skateboarding is brought to you by Smirnoff Ice Smash. Full flavor unleashed. Please drink responsibly. By Tech Deck, start small, go big. By G-Shock, the official watch of the SLS World Tour. And by True Skate, true control, true skill, true skate. Let's take a look now at previous Super Crown champions. There you go. Last year it was Jagger Eaton. Before that, 3 in a row from the man, Nyjah Houston. Get well soon, Nyjah. Hope you're tuning in. Shane O'Neill, of course. Kelvin Hoffler back in 2015. Before that, of course, Nyjah again, and Chris Cobra Cole, 2013 Super Crown champ. Let's shout out Sean Malto while we're at it. He's a Super Crown champ.
That is a heater list right there. What's wild is just how many times Nyjah has done it. I am excited to see Shane O'Neill skate this course today. We've got him coming up in heat number 4.
There's a look at Kelvin Hoffler, 2015 Super Crown champ. Ready to skate again. Highest run score of the day, 8.5 for Kelvin. So Kelvin always makes finals, but he's missed the last 2, shockingly. So he's not going to try to let that happen again.
So he doesn't always make finals.
No, he always has until recently. Now he's trying to get back there. Coming in, Manny Santiago.
All right, strategy for Manny. 6.1.
Points, I just want points, goddammit.
I'm like, he just wants points. The man, he's a fiend for points.
So Manny had that 6.1 from the line.
Here's another look at that front shove, backside 5-0. We haven't seen any very high scores on that little hubba so far today, but getting something on the board puts him in a good spot to start jumping.
Top 8 skaters advance to the final. Right now, in 8th place, Alex Midler, but he only had 1 run score and 1 single trick score. Same with Miles Silvas in 7th. T-Pud still holding on to 6th. Chris Joslin in after doing a great job in the up section.
There we go, switch heel flip.
He is on fire.
He's skating very well today. Here's another look. Really well done. Level, it almost looked like for a moment his feet were gonna come off. Take a look at this right here. He catches it and then it's like his legs slid forward a little bit. Might be able to see it better from this angle. Man, that was really well done.
8.1, huge score.
Joslin moves up the leaderboard now in our top 8. Alex Midler out. Joslin in 7th.
Vincent Milou. Trick attempt number 1.
Huge.
180 switch crook. First person we've seen do that today. That is a dangerous trick. If you don't lock in, you can get wrecked, especially on an obstacle like that. Vincent pulls it first try.
There is another look.
The visible replay, 180 switch crook. Vincent Milou.
Locking in so well.
Yeah.
With a line score of a 7 even. He needs a 7.9. Look at that. He gets an 8.3. He's now up in 8th place, pushing Miles Silvas down and out. So with 2 scores, Vincent's moving his way up.
Yeah, but he bumped out skaters that also only had 2 scores. All right, Hoffler coming in after a huge run section.
All right, switchtail 270 across and down.
Now, you know you can't repeat tricks in single trick that you did in your line. So he did that half cab, nose slide 270, but now stepping it up, switch front tail 270. Very similar trick, but not the same.
Really well done.
270s on lock. Yep. Pirouette.
So, Kelvin
Another
puts
look.
down his first of 4.
Good angle in there.
Adding to the 8.5 he already has from the line section. A 6.9 is all he needs to move up into the top 8. He gets a 7.3. It's good enough for 8th for now. Next trick he makes is going to send him way up.
All right. First trick for Braden Hoban.
He has work to do here.
Oh! Well, he came to do it.
Yeah, he says, oh, I saw Tommy Finn. I saw DeCenzo. 8.2s.
This is what kind of blows me away is where a lot of the skaters look like they really have to go so fast. He does not look like he's struggling in any way to do that. Like that, he dropped in with total confidence and control, not like, you know, not throttling it by any means.
8.6 was the score for the kickflip crook. 8.6 remains the score. Moves up into 12th. So he's putting himself in a good spot, despite not the highest run score. Manny Santiago coming in.
All right, Manny about to get jumpy. Ooh, kickflip front 50 on that. Risky.
Chris Joslin coming
Started
in.
it off, switch heel, 8.1.
He just needs to land one more trick, and he's gonna be on his way to the final. That's a prediction, not science.
Switch frontside flip.
But Joslin with some of the highest scores of the day so far. Vincent Milou in next.
Good?
8.8 puts him all the way up into 2nd place. Focus.
He basically made it, and then, gosh, he was so close. He's going to do that on the next one, though. He'll get himself up there. That's one of those tricks he doesn't miss. It's so rare.
He'll miss once, and that's it.
Yeah.
All right. Kelvin Hoffler.
Kelvin he's just so good with strategy.
And tricks.
Yeah, so I can see him going half cab nose to back tail.
Not going to happen that try. Braden Hoban will be back in. Where does he go from here?
I wonder if he's going to skate that tall.
Oh, like it was nothing.
He truly doesn't look like he's pushing himself at all.
I know.
And I'm not picking on Tommy in any way, but Tommy was giving it everything to get there on that front nose blunt. So it's just really interesting. Look at that.
He kind of floats.
It's very rare that the new guys come on the SLS Tour.
Wow.
First try at that. So he had an 8.6 on his first single trick. This is going to be another huge one. 8.8, and
Look
there
at
we
that.
go. He's up into 3rd place, even with a relatively low line score.
And he has 2 more tries.
He does. What more can he do that's going to beat those scores?
I mean, he can
though?
kickflip back nose money.
That's true.
Oh!
You see, he was 80% committed, but I forgive him for the 20% non-commit because that is
Because it's terrifying. All right. Joslin needs to put this down.
Switch frontside flip, risky one. He could just do backside flip all day long, but okay, let's get it, Joslin.
Oh, thank goodness.
There you go.
If he would have missed that, I don't know if I would have slept tonight.
So a 9.4 puts him into 1st, but anything is going to be added to his score and send him flying up that leaderboard. Look at how well done that was. Beautiful.
So he needs a 9.4 to get up into 1st. And look, an 8.3 gets Chris Joslin into 2nd place, pushing Jagger Eaton down to 3rd.
Yeah, and Kelvin Hoffler just got bumped out of that top 8 cut, but it's still only because he has 2 scorers on the board. Vincent Milou coming in next.
In 10th place, needs a 1.8 to get into 8th place. 9.4 to get up into 2nd. We'll see if he goes for the kickflip front tail again. Looks like it. Oh! So I'm curious if the judges are going to score it. He definitely put his hands down.
That was zeros.
Is that going to be zeros? Okay. Honestly, good.
He's put himself in a really tough spot though now.
I'm just gonna say he's got it on the next one. Just trying to manifest that good kickflip front tail energy.
Kelvin Hoffler looking for his 2nd single trick score.
That was so well done.
You know what? Props for him switching it up and not doing the nose slide to back tail. That was sick. Kickflip crook, cross him down.
That was so controlled. It was excellent.
Look at how quick that flick is.
And the balance. He just locks in so perfectly.
That front foot is just like waiting to, like, okay, there it is, boom, done deal.
The way he sits on that looks so cool and unique.
7.8, Kelvin Hoffler back up into the top 8. This time maybe for good with a 23.6 overall score. And T-Puds is out of the cup.
All right, Braden has 2 more tries. Where's he gonna take it?
Oh, kicky back nose blunt.
I think the judges would probably go like 9-2, 9-3 on that.
They better.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, when you see very few people skating an obstacle, much less flipping into it, and then taking the hardest trick to it, yeah.
All right, Manny.
Oh, Manny.
So there you have it. Let's hear it from Manny Santiago.
In next, Chris Joslin.
Joslin right now in 2nd place. Needs a 9.2 to get up into 1st.
Anything better than that 8-1 is going to help his chances of fending off heats 4 and 5 as we work our way through this prelim.
Whoa! Nobody has gone nollie over that.
No.
So far.
For good reason.
Yeah, that would be a big score.
So that's going to do it for Chris Joslin here in the prelims, a 24.6. Great score. Only 1 point behind Gustavo Ribeiro, who did it all. Vincent Milou needs this. A 5.9 or better moves him into the top 8. Here we go.
He needs a big score. Oh, he doesn't do it today. Oh.
Hey, kickflip front tail is one of his go-to tricks, and to see him go down on that trick 3 times in a row tells you how hard that obstacle is to skate. You saw him putting everything into it. So there you go. All right. Kelvin Hoffler in 4th place, trying to drop 7.3.
Oh. Okay.
So he's going to stay right there for now.
I'd like to say he's in a good spot, but we've got Sora Shirai still, Deshaun Jordan, Shane O'Neill, Mark Suciu, Jamie Foy.
Braden Hoban. I mean, he's trying to drop an 8.6. This kicky back nose blunt will do it. Let's go.
Oh, and so, look at that. 9.8 for 4th.
Braden Hoban is going to stay in 5th place and have to watch and hope.
What's so wild is he's in 5th place with a line at a 5.1.
That is wild. All right, taking a look at the current standings after 3 heats here in the men's prelims. Gustavo Ribeiro from Portugal up on top with a massive 25.6, followed by Chris Joslin and Jagger Eaton. Kelvin Hoffler, Braden Hoban starting to get in the danger zone there with those scores. Tommy Finn, Mickey Papa, Ryan DeCenzo still clinging to a spot in the final, but I think his prediction is going to play out here. Probably see him in 10th, 11th, 12th by the end. Stick around. All right, let's send it down to Alex White.
Hey guys, I'm down here with Chris Joslin. Chris, when you first set eyes on this course, what did you think?
I thought it was a very unique course that was going to throw everyone for a whim, and it was going to be an interesting thing to get used to. And it turned out that every one of these dudes is a professional skateboarder, and they proved that this weekend, or this week so far. And yeah, everyone's been ripping, killing it. I'm just stoked to do as good as I did. I'm happy.
You skated great in attempt number 2. You tried that switch frontside flip. Did you know that if you landed it on the next attempt that you'd be jumped up to the 2nd spot?
Well, if the switch heel got an 8-1 and the switch frontside flip is a harder trick, I figured they'd score it higher than an 8-1 at least. And I guess the average for first was like 3/8 or something, and I had 2 already, so, or the average for top 3, whatever. So I got the 3/8 I needed and put me in the top 3 spots.
Yeah, well, like Vegas, it's not lucky 7s, it's lucky 8s, right?
Yeah, pretty much. At least so far. Wait till finals, it might be lucky 9s.
Well, good chance we're going to see you tomorrow. Rest up. Thanks so much, Chris.
Thank you so much.
Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Alex. Now, kids, get ready. Get out your phones. Start filming your tricks. Trick of the year is coming up.
Hello?
Hey babe, are you coming home soon? It's getting late.
I'm almost done here. I'll be home soon.
Listen, I'm getting really worried. You're becoming really obsessed with this.
Don't worry. I'm okay. I'm gonna find it.
Breaking news. Legendary skateboarder Kelly Hart has been rumored to have purchased a multi-billion-dollar facility staffed with a world-class research and development team in hopes to find the 2022 Trick of the Year.
Oh, I think I found something.
What do you got?
The rumors have sent the public into a frenzy in hopes to be chosen as the lucky winner of the cash prize.
I already submitted my clips. What else do you want from me?
You think those tricks are worth $10,000?
Our sources tell us, while there have been some worthy contenders, Kelly is still searching for that perfect trick.
You think that is Trick of the Year worthy?
These are the best submissions we got. Maybe people just don't know how to enter.
You're telling me after 7 years they don't know how to upload their tricks and hashtag a Trick of the Year? This is bullshit!
Kelly has also been quoted that he will not come out of the facility until the Trick of the Year is found.
If you can't help me find a trick like this, I'm gonna have to find it myself.
Some of his close friends and loved ones are beginning to worry about his well-being. We were able to contact Kelly about the contest, but he only gave us one quote, and that is, "This shit could change your life." This is Anita Ollie with Channel 6 News, signing off and wishing all of you good luck. Godspeed.
I'll find you.
We want to remind you that the Super Crown is heading back to Brazil to Arena Carioca 1 at Olympic Park in Rio de Janeiro. Brazil is home to some of the best skate fans in the world, and we can't wait to see what goes down this year at the Super Crown Championship. Tickets are on sale now. Don't wait. This event will sell out, so log on now to streetleague.com/supercrown for more info. The VIP crowd out here at the men's prelims, SLS Las Vegas. This is heat number 4 of 5 with Gustavo Ribeiro up on top, followed by Chris Joslin and Jagger Eaton. On your screen there, you saw Chloe Covell, the 12-year-old phenom from Australia who cruised her way through into the women's final tomorrow. So make sure to tune in to that.
All right, let's meet heat number 4.
And now,
Skaters are lined up,
let's meet the skaters in heat number 4. Coming in first, the Canadian from Kamloops, British Columbia, the 29-year-old Matt Berger. Last time he was in a final was 2019 London, trying to get back there. And famous for being a Tampa Am winner back in 2012, Alec Majerus, a raw street skater, and a founding SLS pro, absolute legend, Luan Oliveira from Brazil. Deshaun Jordan, winner of SLS Chicago back in 2017, and he's on fire. And of course, Shane O'Neill, one of the greatest SLS pros, one of the greatest pros of all time, 3-time Street League winner. Those are the skaters in Heat 4. Still actively competing pros since day one. Nyjah, Shane O'Neill, Luan, T-Puds, and Paul Rodriguez. P-Rod took a little break, but he's back, so he's back in the game. That is a rarefied list of greats.
Yeah.
Come on, to be able to stick with it at this level for that long, it's insane. And the fact that Nyjah's still up on top winning says even more. Matt Berger. His best ever SLS finish was a 5th place.
That is a way to start things off right there.
He doesn't mess around. Oh.
Go right back on in 30 seconds.
Nice back lip, down flat. Ooh, kickflip crook.
Still looking at 12 seconds on the clock, Matt.
Yes.
And that's going to be time right there.
All right, a little bit of a bobble in there.
What does Berger need to do to get back in the finals?
I actually think he's at an advantage if he can put down a solid line. I mean, look at this right here.
Yeah.
Back 180, fakie 5-0. That is a really good way to get things going. You got that kickflip crook. And then this back tail. I mean, Berger's the guy. He can kickflip back tail into all kinds of stuff. He's got the big spin out. Like, if he's able to do that as a single, he has potential to get some high scores. 6.1. And I wouldn't rule that score out, because if you look at Braden, I mean, Braden's up there in 5th.
Alec Majerus coming in next. He got 3rd in the Tour qualifier earlier this year. That's what got him there. Definitely known more as a street skater in the streets than a contest skater, but he's always been so good at being able to step up, figure out a line, and put it down.
Oh, nice front blunt. We haven't seen that at all today on the rail. Switch front feeble.
Showing a good mix of tricks this first run.
Oh! Alec.
Time for a quick caveman. And deck check the Euro, and that is time for Alec Majerus. Run number 1. Interesting run, rad tricks. He mixed it up. He hit all the obstacles. The front blunt, I think, was the highlight.
There's the front blunt that you speak of. Switch front feeble down the little rail.
That was a highlight too. Back nose grind, balanced. Beautiful.
There was a lot of good stuff in that line.
He had some good skating in there.
6.9, huge score.
Okay.
Once again, the highest line score of the day so far. It's from Kelvin Hoffler with that 8.5, and then we had 2 8.2s. Those are the only 8s. Luan in, founding SLS pro. He hasn't been in a final in a long time.
This is a good course for Luan, though. It's got a lot of obstacles. He skates so fast. He gets a lot of tricks in. Look at that kickflip up the sort of Euro gap.
2017 Barcelona Pro Open. He placed 7th. That's the last time we got him into a final. That could change here this week. This, as you said, perfect course for Luan.
Oh! Frontside flip attempt there.
All right, that right there is going to be time. So Luan is looking to line number 2.
He's got such fast feet. Front nose blunt on the bump to rail. I love the kickflip nose slide. It's not going to get him a lot of points, but it's just such a classic trick, and he does it so well.
Waiting that score. It's going to be a 5 even for Luan.
All right, 5 even for Luan.
Deshaun Jordan on deck. Winner of Chicago 2017. Ooh. So he's been there. He's gotten it done before, and he's been looking great this year. He got 6th place at the last 2 stops.
Oh. Is he going to go for it again? That was pretty sick. You rarely see that.
Double
like
down.
Most of the time people just keep it moving, but to do that board slide up, he definitely needed it.
Oh.
10 seconds.
He would have gotten that one in, but not quite. That run is going to be a total write-off. You can fall once and still hope for a good score if you really put the rest of your run together. If you fall twice.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a no. Board slide up.
2.5.
2.5 is the score, so
He'll go for it on the next one.
Next skater in, Shane O'Neill, 3-time SLS winner. He barely practiced. He doesn't practice. He cruises the course. He figures it out. He said he just wants to get a sense of the course, and then he tries his tricks once the contest starts. He's been in 30 plus SLS finals. He's one of those.
He's one of those incredibly talented skaters. A true savant.
Yeah, he's one of the most talented skaters, if not
Look at that
ever. Switch big flip front board, unfortunately coming off.
So
a little mandatory flat ground.
Like you said, he's been in over 30 finals. He knows he's gonna have to look to the next one.
Yeah.
All right, that's gonna be time.
But it's kind of like, I mean, we're in Vegas. Like, he gets on a hot one, he could take home the win, no problem.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, not no problem. I mean, it is tough competition, but he just has so much talent.
Back to the top of the order. Second line attempt. Matt Berger coming off a 6.1, which is a good score as we've seen. If he cleans it up some and stays on, score could go way up.
Oh. All right, so there's that one fall you talked about. He's got 30 seconds. He's going to need to stay on the rest.
Yeah.
Able to hustle up. Yeah. Healthy back flip on that kick.
All right, nice.
Staying on.
10 seconds on the clock.
Got to put down a big one. Oh. Flat out stuck. That's time for Matt Berger on his second run. Not going to beat a 6.1.
Probably taking the 6.1.
There's the back lip down the rail, through the flat. Here's the kickflip crook, kind of almost nose grind, just because he balanced it out.
4.1.
All right, he will stick with that 6.1 from the first line.
Alec Majerus in next. Great first run, 6.9.
Back flip, run nose, you fakey.
Ooh, kickflip front crook down the hubba, adding a little spice.
Yes. Putting it together here today. So far, Alec Majerus.
Oh, that looked like he was going to go like backsmith front 180 out. You just see it in the windup.
Yes. Oof. Nope. So he's going to stick with that first run score of a 6.9, which that's one of the higher run scores of the day so far. This is heat number 4 of 5.
Oh, hanging on to the kickflip front crook again, very loose.
But this.
That was done with authority.
2 for 2 on that. Perfect.
It's pretty wild that right now, a 6.9, we're going like, all right, good score. I mean, that just shows it. The scoring has been different. I mean, it is hard to get a high score on this course, at least in your line. Hopefully, Luan can do it right now. Oh, hanging on.
He has such a crazy flick, such quick feet. Kick flipping up the bank. Saw Joslin tray flip up it. But here we go. Switch front tail for Luan.
Oh, trying to step it up right there with a 3-flip nose slide.
Looking like some classic Luan out here, though. But unfortunately, his board shoots away, and he's running out of time. He had a great run going.
I know I had a tally going of how many tricks he was doing.
I think he did 100. Luan style. You got to see Luan skate live in person. It's the best thing ever. The way he does his tricks, unmatched. So he's going to stick with that 5.
2, so it's not an improvement from that first line.
Next in, Deshaun Jordan. He qualified first in Seattle. He has what it takes.
But he's got to put it down right now.
Got to stay on.
Switch front feeble.
There we go.
All right, backboard up.
Working the course.
Yes. Making it right there. Look at those hops.
15 seconds on the clock.
Oh. Maybe
yes!
The front nose blunt. It almost looked like he overpumped on the way in and was leaning forward.
Yes, cab back lift. That was awesome. Deshaun putting it down. One thing I'll say, so impressive watching him just take that moment right there to like take the breath, just mentally prep for the nose blunt.
That run was bolts start to finish. Tons of tricks, tons of variety.
All right, starting off with a nice 360 flip from Deshaun. He did that back Smith on the flat bar into the bank and then followed it up with the board slide up the rail. This right here, the gap front nose blunt. And then he capped it off with a cab back lip, which is such a great way to end it.
8.5 is the highest run score of the day from Kelvin Hoffler. Deshaun Jordan coming in, putting down an absolutely beautiful run here in his second go after doing a 2.5. So there you go, 8.4, just 1/10 of a point off that lead set by Hoffler.
Look at that. First line, 2.5. Next one, 8.4. I mean, it can all change in a moment, and I think we hope to see it right here with Shane O'Neill.
Always.
Like he was going to start with that switchback tail. Whoa.
That's a make, little sketchy. But of course, I mean, talk about hard tricks. That's all Shane does. It's cruise in the back tail. All we ever want is to see amazing skateboarding. So we got one more go from Shane here in the run. Not gonna happen. He's gonna have to look to single tricks and he's gonna have to get 10s across the board.
Here's another look. Crook nollie flip.
So that's it for the runs in heat number 4. That 1.9 from Shane O'Neill. As we move on, single trick attempts coming up. So a crazy day of skateboarding so far. Andrew, the scores have been surprising. A few people who you thought maybe this wouldn't be the best course for him. For example, Chris Joslin steps up, comes through with second.
Then you've got skaters like Vincent Milou, currently second place overall, didn't make the top 8. Very interesting to see. Felipe Mota out. Deshaun Jordan.
Let's send it down to Alex White, who's down there with Jessica from the Shoc Lounge.
Hey guys, like Paul just said, I'm down here with Jessica Alexander, the athletic trainer for the Shoc Recovery Lounge. Can you just kind of walk us through what the lounge does and what the skaters do when they find you?
Absolutely, Alex. So basically the recovery lounge is a place for the skaters to go and make sure they're properly cared for, their bodies are primed to be able to come out here and do the excellent things that they do. So we take care of any pre-existing injuries, make sure they're good to go, check them if they get hurt out here, give them a green light or a red light if they can skate, and just keep them overall primed. It's also kind of a place they can hang out, feel safe, decompress, and then come back out and perform.
Well, awesome. I mean, you're a vital asset to SLS. What do you kind of, transition skaters from prelims day to finals tomorrow?
What'd you say?
Like, what do you kind of do when you from today to tomorrow? Do you see a lot of people coming in after prelims?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, everybody's coming in trying to make sure they're good to go, take some extra time back there. Usually the first 2 days are honestly the heaviest, and then the last day, it's a little more time with each person, and they're in there just doing their thing. And everybody has different things that they're working on or different things that they need, so we just try to cater to each one of them, myself and my assistant Delaney, and yeah, it's great.
Well, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being out here. I know the skaters appreciate it. We all appreciate it. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Alex.
Shoc holding it down for the skaters. True control, true skill, true skate coming to Steam. Get on it. Be a part of the action with True Skate. Play your favorite SLS courses from throughout the years. Available on Steam. Best trick, single tries coming up for heat number 4 here in the SLS men's prelims from Las Vegas, Nevada. It's been a great day so far. All right, single tries, about ready to start. Matt Berger, first of 4, sitting on a 6.1 in the run score. Ooh, interesting choice and a scary one, and props to Berger. Back tail inside that bear trap.
That is so dangerous.
Okay, Alec Majero's coming straight in. Wow!
I can't believe he rolled away from that.
He's so good. Back tail across, down, and shove out. And then, how sloppy did it get? Let's take another look. It looked perfect until right then.
That was wild looking. In it, nice and comfy. Good shove out. All right, he gets a 4 even.
Something. But Ryan DeCenzo's in 8th place with an overall score right now of a 21.1. Basically a 7/7.1 average score. So that's what skaters are going to need to have a chance. 7, 7.1, 7.2, anything better than that is going to help. Luan failing. Try number 1, Deshaun Jordan. Had an absolutely amazing run. Let's keep it going.
Oh, I was hoping for that. We've seen big scores right there.
He'll get it next go. Shane O'Neill. Back to the top of the order. Second try, Matt Berger.
Oh, it was so close.
The back tail alone on that obstacle is amazing. Big spin out, huge score. Got to stay on. He's got 2 tries left. Alec back in. I think what we're seeing now is the scores have gone up a lot. You know, got to be big tricks. When you go for it, balls happen. Luan. Perfect. Tray flip nose slide, classic Luan.
But on the smaller hubba, I mean, I think if he did that on the cross and down hubba, he could get some higher points up there. Here's another look. Look at how lofty it was, just right to his feet. He did it so well. But that hubba has just not been scoring today. 7.1, that's actually a decent score on that hubba.
You are right. Great score. Deshaun Jordan. Trying to keep the spark alive after that great.
Oh!
He reeled that in at the last minute. I thought it was going to be a complete.
Yeah, I want to see a replay because I'm honestly confused at how he rolled away right there.
After that run, he needs two tricks.
All right, caught. Oh, wow.
It just really didn't finish.
Is he going to get a goose egg, though, just based off two hands?
Yeah.
All right, yes. Which, honestly, I'm glad, because that's going to be a big score, and he can do it correctly.
He has to make it next try. Shane O'Neill back in. Once Shane has a few falls, we see it tends to be the old cascade effect. We'll have one more try.
All right, Berger. We've seen him do or try the backtail big spin both times. Oh. Jeez.
It's an epidemic out here. Falls galore in heat number 4. Alec Majerus. Nope. So Luan in next, still in the mix. He's in 13th place. A 9-6 moves him into 7th.
Oh, that was so well done.
We saw Joslin do that. 8.3.
Oh, that was beautifully done. The extension on his legs right there. Look at that. Wow.
Same
Look
score.
at that. Luan moves up into 9th place.
Yeah, and then his lowest score is a 7.1. He's going to have one try to try to beat that. Okay, Deshaun, does he come back for this laser?
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, he's going to go for it. He knows it's going to score if he...
After that run he did, what a huge bummer that he is not going to be going to the final. He knows it.
Man, that is a tough break. But also, just kind of continuing to push that narrative of like, we're seeing a change-up right now. I think this course has been a big deal.
Correct, you are. All right, each skater has one more try. Some of them are already out of the mix, though, based on bells. Matt Berger for 1. This is just for the homies.
Whoa.
That's going to do it for us. Let's hear it for Matt Berger.
Wow. Matt Berger, props always. We'll see him in Rio trying to battle for one of those 4 remaining spots into the Super Crown final.
And that is going to be a tough cut. All right, Alec.
He's out.
That's going to do it there for Alec Majerus.
So interestingly, next in, Luan Oliveira coming through strong in single tricks.
But like we've talked about, this is a good course for him. If he can put something solid down right now, he has potential. He needs a 7.9 for 8th and a 9.3 for 5th. Oh, he was going to go big spin out.
Yeah. Doesn't get it done, but cool to see Luan stepping back up into that form he's famous for. So, Deshaun Jordan out, Shane O'Neill out. This is for.
I just want him to put this one down. Thank you.
Oh, why?
Man, it was so good.
That was cool to see.
It was so good.
It's a bummer because he was skating here so well. He did that perfect. His line was incredible. But
Look at that.
Coming up a little short.
Caught with the front foot, bolts. And that is. It is so impressive that he can laser flip that.
If you can ollie it, he can laser it. Even if you can't.
Oh, and he gets a 9.1.
The 9-club fight.
Man.
I'm a fan of the 9-club
So, Shane O'Neill, final try. Maybe he'll catch a little spark off Deshaun's laser.
And that is going to do it right there.
That's it for heat number 4.
And we don't see anybody from that heat move up into our top 8.
So look, Ryan DeCenzo hanging on to that 8th place spot still with that 21.1. Wow. Let's take a look at the standings after 4 heats with, like you said, Andrew, not one skater from heat 4 moving up into that top 8. So these are the same standings we saw after heat number 3. Gustavo Ribeiro up on top, followed by Joslin, Jagger Eaton, Kelvin Hoffler, Braden Hoban, Tommy Finn, Mickey Papa, and Ryan DeCenzo. Everybody in the top 3 is an absolute lock for the final. So Jagger Eaton, Chris Joslin, and Gustavo Ribeiro, they're all moving on to tomorrow. We have 1 heat still to go. But first, let's check in with Alex White.
Well, not only are the guys watching the spots right now to see if they make it to the finals, but they're also watching the rankings to see if they make it to Rio. The conversation on everybody's lips down here is, are you going to Rio? Are you going to Rio? And they're watching skaters like Deshaun and those top 16 spots to see if they make it. We got a lot of skaters that it's going to be their first time, like Kate Oldenboving, and a lot of excitement and enthusiasm of going to Rio because the crowd is supposed to be amazing. A lot of cool stuff going on down here, sideline, right before this heat. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Alex. Yes, famously, the crowds in Brazil go wild.
It is unreal.
Yeah, it's cool. The skaters down there, you know, of course, if you live in the U.S., you're used to sports that are bigger than skateboarding. But in Brazil, we got soccer, football, and skateboarding. Ryan DeCenzo watching with fingers crossed, currently in 8th place. He predicted he'd finish in 10th, 11th, 12th. He's in 8th with 1 heat still to go. But there are some heavy hitters coming up.
He literally just was crossing his fingers. That was great.
Before we kick off heat number 5, let's take a look back at the qualifiers to kick off this whole season. There's Sora Shirai. He's the one who won it all to get there. SLS Tour qualifier. The winner earned their spot into the 2022 season. That's Daiki Ikeda, little man, big tricks. He's been putting it down everywhere around the world. Tyler Peterson, a machine. He did great at Battle at the Barracks, making it to the final round. Of course, Jake Alardi, he's a machine. John Carlos Gonzalez doing it for Colombia. You know, Mario McCoy brings the heat always. Kiyaki Ike from Japan. Beautiful style, great choice of tricks. He was there. Oh, bringing some of that Yuto flavor to the rail. Yuto Aoki, also from Japan. Winner of Tampa Am 2021. That's what got him qualified into the qualifier. And he came just short. And then Sora Shirai stepped up and put down some of the heaviest moves of all time, including that. Cab back tail, big spin out for the win. Oh, and of course, cab, sugarcane. Sora Shirai, winner of the 2022 SLS Tour qualifier. And he followed it up with a second place in Jacksonville. Real close to taking home his first SLS win. But Yuto had something to say about it. This weekend, Yuto is not here, so it's not going to happen again. Take a look at the winners this year. Kicked off the season in Jacksonville, Florida. Raisa Leal, boom, Yuto. Look, Seattle, full repeat. Raisa, Yuto. Here we are, Las Vegas, stop number 3. The only thing we know is it's not going to be Yuto again. He's not here. But it could be Raisa, because she has cruised her way into tomorrow's final earlier.
Skated today so well.
Yep, qualified first. Way up, way above everyone else. And now, heat number 5. 5 more skaters still to go here in this men's prelim from Las Vegas. Coming in first, the absolute legend, the Godfather. Street League OG, 37-year-old P-Rod. Can't say enough good things about him. I hope he skates Street League forever.
Me too.
Felipe Gustavo, another absolute veteran, 31 years old from Brazil. Still trying to get his first Street League win. Sora Shirai, who we just talked plenty about. He's a serious threat at every event now, wherever he goes. And of course, Sodi for life, Florida boy, the homie, Jamie Foy.
There you have it. Keep an eye on that damn thing that's killing everyone. Right? Yeah. And then number 5. Let's do it. Last and final.
There's a shot of one of my personal favorites, Mark Suciu in the crowd. Unfortunately, not competing. He was skating practice. I don't know why he's not skating right now. Maybe Alex can find out. But hey, good to see Mark Suciu here in Vegas. And it was great to see him on the course ripping.
It hurts my heart. I love watching Mark Suciu skate SLS.
How could you not?
He just brings such a cool bag. All right. The man, the myth, the legend.
He exists in person.
Skateboarding royalty.
Yeah.
Paul Rodriguez.
3-time winner. Starting things off. Switch, back tail, butters.
Paul is always so methodical. We've got a lot of skaters out there hustling, going so fast. He has never been that guy. Never. For all of the years.
When you're that smooth and your tricks, when most of your tricks are switched, You can take it easy in terms of hustling. You and me, Andrew, we got to hustle. T-Rod, he doesn't.
Oh, look at that switch frontside flip.
That's going to be time right there for Paul Rodriguez.
All right, so unable to put everything down. Had that fall on, I think it was the switch flip front board. We'll see where the judges go. Bubble score right now, 21.1. Look at that switch frontside flip.
He's thinking, he's like, why did I fail that one time?
4.7.
Dan, 4.7. So again, Braden Hoban, by the way, is in 5th place, and his run score was a 5-1. So, all right, Felipe Gustavo.
So dreams really can come true.
Felipe has been to 7 SLS finals. He's never had a win. He's been on the podium.
We talked about how this is a good course for Luan. This is also a really good course for Felipe. From a technical perspective, he has an advantage.
Wow, nollie flip, like nothing.
Still looking at 12 seconds on the clock.
Nice nollie flip, no slide down the hubba.
All day.
Can he get another trick in? I don't think so. You know what? It's okay. We didn't want that fall.
That's true.
We didn't want that for Felipe.
Felipe is one of these guys, though, also, who doesn't, he's not running around the course hustling. He typically has to make all his tricks to get a solid score because he doesn't do a ton of tricks.
Yeah.
He doesn't pack them in. They're all going to be difficult. But regardless, to get a great score, you got to stay on.
$5.9.
Good score, actually. When we
He's not out.
We're using Braden Hoban as our model of like, yep, you can not win the line section and still advance. Sora Shirai.
I am so excited to see what Sora is going to bring to this course.
Coming in fakey.
Fakey, big spin. Has to be front board.
That's a wild one.
Excuse me,
A
Jamie.
gentle shove for Jamie Foy. Yes.
Cab back lip.
All day. Making that one look really easy. Gap back Smith. Finishing here with that.
Oh, that was so sick.
Flip nose slide. Huge finish there.
That was really rad. Jamie's like, no problem. I'll push you in my run.
Jamie would
Just
never.
kidding. I'm totally joking. So,
Classic
switch 180
Sora.
crook.
A lot of great tricks in there. Variety, hitting a lot of different obstacles. One fall, but
Front
the
left.
huge finish.
Nollie heel tail. My apologies. I said that was switch on the 180.
Easy
crook.
to make that mistake. 6.5, great score from Sora Shirai. Jamie Foy. Coming off a win at Tampa Pro 2022. Doing it for Deerfield Beach, Florida.
Oh.
Jamie missed the cut in Jacksonville and Seattle. Be cool to see him make a final. This run isn't going to get him there, but he's got one more. Shockingly, never been on an SLS podium. Doesn't seem right. He'll get there.
It would be awesome to see him there. Or maybe like a rookie Super Crown winner or something, you know? I guess it technically wouldn't be. Whatever, I just want him to win.
He won skateboarding a long time ago. First place.
Why am I so mental?
Contests are tough. They are so tough. When things go right, it feels good, but when they don't, it's just there's a million things to think about. Why did this happen? Why didn't that happen? I should have did this. I should have done that. Shouldn't have tried this.
Especially when you're practicing and it's all just working and flowing and...
Yeah.
All right.
If anybody knows how to skate a contest, it's P-Rod. Mind game on lock. 4.7 first line score. Deep breath.
Starting it off, nollie front board. Coming in switch at the hubba.
Switch back tail.
All right, switch back tail. All right, back Smith. Setting up switch, coming at the little rail. Oh, switch to the front board, getting away from him.
Still 12 seconds, Paul.
He's got time. He can have all the time he wants. Give it to him. All right. Last try here.
All right.
So he's going to have to stick with that 4.7, which again could be enough. But even DeCenzo had a 5.4 in the run section, and DeCenzo's in 8th place. So work to be done.
is not going to do it.
4.7 is going to be the score that he takes.
Felipe Gustavo, 5.9, line 1, trying to clean it up. Stay on.
Really nice switch kick flip down.
The best in the business. Who can do a better switch flip?
Oh. Kick flip crook getting away.
Wow. Power slide, setting up for the nollie flip every try.
Looking at 12 seconds on the clock.
Oh, nollie flip crook stepping it up. And not going to be able to get it off in time. But he does make the frontside flip this time.
Who knows? It's close.
Paul, we know.
I don't know. So, great skateboarding from Felipe, starting it off with that clean switch flip. Clean switch flip front board.
Then the frontside flip.
Clean.
Really well done. 5.9 on that first line.
6.2.
All right. A step up. He had that nollie flip crook. That was good.
We talked about it. Every 10th of a point counts. Sora Shirai coming off a 6.5. He had one fall on his first trick and then finished strong all the way through. Let's see if he makes it here. Fakie, front fakie.
He's starting it off with such a wild trick. Oh, no.
So right there.
That's the two falls.
We pretty much know that 6.5 is going to be the line score he carries through.
And 3 strikes, you're out.
The wheels fell off.
Snake eyes.
He says, okay.
No
That'll
problem.
be enough.
Looks like he's going to let it ride out.
Call it. Still had a pretty solid one. We know he's got a heavy bag of tricks for the single trick section.
In heat number 5, Sora had the highest line score, followed by Felipe Gustavo with a 6.2. And then Jose. Jamie Foy trying to improve on the 1.
Gap to nose grind. There we go.
Did it.
That was a big old heel flip.
Oh!
What is this sorcery?
He's got it. Yes.
Sick.
He's the best in the
Backsmith.
world at just camping out, sitting there just waiting for the end of the rail.
He really is. He can just hold it.
Yeah, you name the trick. 10 seconds. Finish strong.
Yes, fakey 50-50 down, the down flat danger rail.
Just a trick on that obstacle that would take so much raw commitment.
Yeah.
You go fake, he had a double kink with the bear trap attached.
Yeah, that's
brave.
Terrifying. All right, here's that backsmith you were talking about. Going the distance. Look at how nicely he's locked in there. He got in, he did not move that board from the rail. Look at that, fakey 50-50, so comfortable.
.0, back in business, Jamie Foy, putting it down 5 points higher than his first run score. 2 skaters that are in the top 8 currently had run scores below 6. Tommy Finn is in the top 8 also with a run score of a 6. Before we move on to best tricks, I just want to shout out Kelly Hart and his acting skills, and I want him to be pitching trick of the year for the rest of the time also. Let's take a look.
Hello?
Hey babe, are you coming home soon? It's getting late.
I'm almost done here. I'll be home soon.
Listen, I'm getting really worried. You're becoming really obsessed with this.
Don't worry. I'm okay. I'm gonna find it.
Breaking news. Legendary skateboarder Kelly Hart has been rumored to have purchased a multi-billion-dollar facility staffed with a world-class research and development team in hopes to find the 2022 Trick of the Year.
Oh, I think I found something.
What do you got?
The rumors have sent the public into a frenzy in hopes to be chosen as the lucky winner of the cash prize.
I already submitted my clips. What else do you want from me?
You think those tricks are worth $10,000?
Our sources tell us, while there have been some worthy contenders, Kelly is still searching for that perfect trick.
You think that is Trick of the Year worthy?
These are the best submissions we got. Maybe people just don't know how to enter.
You're telling me after 7 years they don't know how to upload their tricks and hashtag a Trick of the Year? This is bullshit!
Kelly has also been quoted that he will not come out of the facility until the Trick of the Year is found.
If you can't help me find a trick like this, I'm gonna have to find it myself.
Some of his close friends and loved ones are beginning to worry about his well-being. We were able to contact Kelly about the contest, but he only gave us one quote, and that is, "This shit could change your life." This is Anita Ollie with Channel 6 News, signing off and wishing all of you good luck. Godspeed.
I'll find you.
Street League Skateboarding has been brought to you by Shoc, a modern performance energy drink created for today's active generation. By Visible Mobile, single line, unlimited wireless, powered by Verizon. By Smirnoff Ice Smash, full flavor unleashed. Please drink responsibly. And by Cariuma, ethics meet performance. You are watching the SLS Championship Tour, stop number 3 from Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the 5th heat of 5 in the men's prelims. And Ryan DeCenzo clings to that 8th place spot. Heat number 4 couldn't bump him out. Can heat 5? We'll see. So Ryan DeCenzo in the danger zone with a 21.1. That's roughly a 7.1 average would beat that. But nobody from heat number 5 so far put in a 7 run. The best run in heat 5 so far was Sora Shirai with a 6.5. So Paul Rodriguez coming off that 4.7. He needs, you see there, 8.2 average will get him into 8th.
Whoa!
Switch flip.
That was huge. Nobody skated it that way yet today. Just picking our jaws off the floor.
So 8.2 average gets it done. I think we're looking at that. See him stretching it out just to clear that final set. He's the only person to skate it that way all day.
The only thing I'm going to say, it's not as gnarly as the stairs with the bar. So I'll be curious to see how the judges score it. That also could totally open up the door for skaters tomorrow who do make it in.
Door's open.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
I have a feeling he's going to get a great score. Hmm. 7.3. That isn't the score he needed. He needs the 8.2 range. Okay. Felipe Gustavo needs to average 7.5 for 8th.
He can do that, especially with a stomp foot flip. Now what's cool is being able to compare the two of those.
You're right. And P-Rod sees it. He's like, okay, yep, well played. So the 7.3 is the score Paul Rodriguez got for his switch flip. Now, Felipe Gustavo taking it over the bar. Ooh,
both really well done.
That's as sketchy as he'll ever get, though.
Yeah.
Everything he does is well done. 8.
Okay.
There you go. So he got the score he needed on that try.
That's a huge difference right there. 0.7 between the two of them. I mean, if you're able to skate over the bar.
Sora Shirai. First of 4. Here we go.
Oh.
That'll score well.
In the past, like what we've seen so far this season, Sora is about to light the course up. But this course is so different than the courses we've seen. I'm curious if he's going to be able to put it together.
Jamie Foy. Last skater in heat 5. First single trick attempt.
Oh, that was so sick. Back 180 nose grind, back to regular.
Props to Jamie Foy. The Ribeiro brothers in awe.
Stoked, which is cool.
Do something right.
Look at that.
Amazing.
He did that really well. He even kept his shoulders basically straight, just turned the hips and the lower body.
There we go. And the crowd does go wild. Oh, what's that score going to be? Needs a 7.6 average. 7.9. That's exactly what he needed to do to keep himself in contention here. It's not looking as good for DeCenzo as it was about 3 minutes ago.
Is DeCenzo clairvoyant? We will find out today.
Back to the top of the list with P-Rod.
Posted up to 7.3.
So an average, well, he needs a 9.2 to move into 8th. But anything better than that 7.3 is going to help his pace. Switch heel.
So Paul has 2 more attempts left.
If he puts it down, it'll probably be similar to that 7.3.
Right now, you need to have a mid-sevens average if you want to try to.
Moving on. Felipe Gustavo. All right, a 7 even. Sends DeCenzo back to Canada. Sounded like a bail. So, DeCenzo for now gets to stay in Las Vegas. Next in, Sorcerai. Needs to put down a 7.4 or better. Get that average.
Okay. Was that 50-50 or did he go?
Pretty sure.
Okay. It was a little tough to tell with the fisheye angle.
Same trick Mark Gonzalez did in blind video days on the curb. It was 19, what? 89, 90?
What score did Mark get for that?
He got a 9.
He got a
straight 9.
He got a 1,000. Okay, so it was to 50. Vincent got a good score.
8.6, that's huge.
Yeah, Vincent got a good score for that 180 switch crook. Sora all the way around to switch back 50.
DeCenzo is about to be in big trouble. And then Mickey Papa would be next on the chopping block.
So
but first,
Jamie, he only needs a 7.3.
Oh. He's got that next try. You know it.
That's a monster move on that thing.
Back to the top of the list with P-Rod. P-Rod's in 19th place. So what he needs to do is put a score up that's higher than the 7.3 and then make another better trick in his 4th try. Here we go. Back to the switch heel.
Yes!
P-Rod. So he got a 7.3 for the switch flip.
All the words you're not supposed to say.
Take a look at a visible replay of this switch heel from P-Rod. Switch all day. Just classic P-Rod form.
Yeah, he did that so well. Nice and level. Caught with the back foot first. Bolts.
Good form, good posture, good technique.
He needs a 9.2 for 8th.
7.4. That doesn't set him up very well for his last attempt. I mean, he's going to have to probably get something in the 9s.
For a minute, he was doing a bunch of like switch backside big spins. Maybe we'll see that.
Felipe Gustavo, a 7 or better puts him in the cup.
Oh, that could do it, I think.
Switch flip back nose
Yeah.
grind. Yeah, 7 or better.
Just trying to look at Luan. I think Luan got an 8.3.
Yeah, that's a very.
I'm
very
sorry.
very
I think
difficult.
Luan got a 7.1.
Ooh, okay.
on that 3-flip nose slide.
This is switch, back nose grind with the flip. We'll see. So
That could do it. That could do it.
DeCenzo will be watching carefully. 7.6.
Yes.
That moves Felipe Gustavo into 7th place. Mickey Papa is the new bubble skater with an overall score of 21.6. And Ryan DeCenzo, unfortunately, out of the cut. Sora Shirai needs a 6.6 to send Mickey on the next flight to Canada.
Oh, unable to do it right there, but that trick will do it.
Oh, yeah. Coming down to the buzzer here. Down to the wire. Boy, 2 tries left. A 7.8 is good enough for 8th place. And
but
again,
him and Sora are both going for it right now. Oh, man, it's going to come down to the last try for both of them.
Back to the top of the order. Last attempts here in the men's prelims. Top 8 skaters go to tomorrow's final. This is the road to the Super Crown. P-Rod needs a 9.6 to crack into the final.
Oh, going for the switch varial heel. Great to see Paul out there jumping.
Felipe Gustavo in next. He's in 7th place.
He needs a 9.9 for 3rd, but
anything better than that 7.6 is going to really help guarantee that he moves on.
Not going to do it.
So now there are 2 skaters left, both of them outside that top 8, both with a chance to move in. So Felipe Gustavo and Mickey Papa in 7th and 8th have to be watching these very carefully.
And both of these guys have tricks on deck that are going to score big.
Yes. Sora Shirai.
Look at this. He needs a 6.6 for 8. I mean, dude, he's doing a sugar cane on the gap to rail. Is he going to do it again? Unable to do it!
He did not need to go that hard even.
Wow, Sora Shirai not in the final.
Mickey Papa still in that 8th place spot.
So I think that all but secures things there for Felipe.
And it comes down to Jamie Foy's final try here in the prelims.
So Felipe is locked in there. Mickey Papa shaking in his boots. Can Jamie Foy do this right here, right now?
He doesn't do it. Mickey Papa advances to the final. Surviving attempt after attempt here in the prelims from the best skaters in the world. What a prelim we've seen today, and it's exactly what we talked about. A wild ride start to finish. Different skaters will be skating in this final than we've seen in a long time. Gustavo Ribeiro up on top, followed by Chris Joslin, Jagger Eaton, Kelvin Hoffler, Braden Hoban going to the final. Tommy Finn, Felipe Gustavo, and the Canadian who's comfortable in his 30s, Mickey Papa, moving on to tomorrow's final. Well
authentically
done.
Making it in there in 8th place. So stoked for Mickey.
All right, let's take a look at Gustavo Ribeiro putting down 9.1 for the A-Shoc Reach Your Peak moment here in the prelims. Indeed. He's hard to beat. What a day. here in Las Vegas. So once again, congratulations to all the skaters advancing to tomorrow's final, especially Gustavo Ribeiro and Raisa Leal. #1 finishers here from Las Vegas. So for Andrew Cannon, Alex White, and everybody here at Street League, thanks for watching from Las Vegas. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody, from the finals.